A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Lux presents Hollywood. The Lux Radio Theater brings you Mickey Rooney, Beulah Bondi, and Virginia Weidler in Young Tom Edison. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps we should have wrapped it up in fancy paper and tied a red ribbon around it and called it our Christmas present to you. It's something a good many of you asked for, and I'm sure all of you want. Mickey Rooney and young Tom Edison. And tonight we're giving it to you with our best wishes for a very Merry Christmas. Have you ever thought how much we depend on Mr. Edison here in the Lux Radio Theater? For one thing, he developed the first microphone and motion picture projector, and was one of the first to make pictures talk. Then, too, he's responsible for the bulb which is lighting your living room right now. So if it hadn't been for Edison, well, we'd just have to call the whole thing off. Our play, however, which was adapted from the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer screen success, is not a scientific report. It's an exciting tale of the adventures of a small-town boy with a pack of original ideas that keep him in hot water. As a boy, Thomas Edison was a kind of Andy Hardy. That makes the casting obvious. The arrow points directly to Mickey Rooney, who comes to us this week from the set of his latest Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer picture, Men of Boys Town. And with Mickey tonight, we have Beulah Bondi and Virginia Weidler. In his later years, Edison gained the gratitude and admiration of the whole world for the things he'd done to make everybody's life easier and more enjoyable. And today, behind the scenes everywhere, scientists are working to make life easier still. In fact, they've done a lot for every member of our audience who's a Lux Flakes user. And I hope that includes every woman listening tonight. They worked for years, and always will work, to make our product outstanding in its field. That's our guarantee that Lux Flakes will continue to make your household tasks easier and pleasanter. We think science is doing an important job for us. And I'll make a little wager that the ladies will agree with us. Now, here's the story of young Tom Edison, starring Mickey Rooney as Tom, Beulah Bondi as his mother, and Virginia Weidler as Tanny. The curtain rises on the first act. This is a story of triumph, the triumph of a typical American boy who was blessed with three gifts: courage, imagination, and faith. His name might have been John Jones or Bill Smith, but it happened to be Tom Edison. When Tom was 15, the cellar of his father's house in Port Huron, Michigan, bore evidence of great things to come. For this was Tom's laboratory. An old workbench supported a homemade telegraph, and the battered desk was filled with chemical bottles, all of them impressively labeled poison. On the wall hung a length of rope, which ran up through the cellar door and connected with his sister Tanny's bedroom window on the second floor. This was Tom's latest invention, an automatic window closer.
Tom? Oh, Tom? What do you want, Tanny? Tom, there's a rope on my window. I know it. I put it there last night. What's it for, Tom? It's an invention, a window closer. I pull the rope down here in the cellar, and your window closes automatically. Saves you from getting cold in the morning.
Oh, Tom, that's wonderful. Will it work?
Sure, it'll work. You want to see it?
Yeah, try it.
All right, now watch. It's early in the morning, and you call down and tell me you're awake and ask me to close the window. I go over here to the rope and pull it hard, and the window closes.
Tom, you broke the window.
Yeah, something must have gone wrong. I'll be right up.
Tanny, why can't you be more careful? You might have killed somebody slamming a window like that.
Tanny didn't do it, Pop. I did.
You were down in the cellar.
I did it just the same. I pull a string down there, and it closes the window up there.
I must have pulled it too hard.
I suppose it never occurred to you that the broken glass might have hit someone, cut them badly?
No, sir, it didn't.
No, it didn't. Come on to breakfast and take your hands out of your pockets.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Pop.
I haven't got enough on my shoulders without paying for broken windows. Any other father'd warm your pants, am I right?
Well,
Don't interrupt.
Sam, don't. I'm sure he's sorry. After all, it was an accident.
Accident. It's always an accident.
Now, Sam. All right, children, you'd better hurry or you'll be late for school. Goodbye, Penny.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Father. Come on, Tom.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Pop. I'll
Watch
be
out
over
for that milk.
Oh,
Tom.
Oh, I guess I knocked it over.
I guess you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll clean it up, Mom. You just sit
No,
down there.
Tom, I'll do it.
No, Mom, please.
Tom,
I can...
coffee.
Now what have you done?
I didn't see it, Pop. It was right on the edge of the table.
Go to school. Go to school before you pull the whole house down.
I'm sorry, Pop.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Pop.
That boy's a real problem, Nancy.
Every time you wake up with a cramp, Sam Edison, you take it out on Tom.
I haven't got a cramp, and you pamper him too much.
Well, he's a little different from the others.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about. He has that Yankee trait of tinkering with useless things. Like the window upstairs. Like that telegraph wire of his that old man Dingle hurt his leg on. If you remember, that cost us $11. Just wasted. You're inclined to be too easy with him, Nancy. If you're not careful, he'll be no good to himself or anybody else.
Well, maybe you're right, Sam. You're wiser than I am.
Now, Nancy, when you agree with me so easily, it makes me think I'm wrong.
No, truly, Sam. I'll handle the boy just as you say. After all, you're his father.
Nancy, you're a faker.
Yes, maybe I am.
What are you thinking about, Tom? We better hurry or Miss Howard will be mad.
You know, Tanny, I think I've got it.
Got what?
The way to fix that window. I'll put a spring under it so it don't fall so hard, and then the glass won't break.
Oh, Gus, you're smart.
Oh, no, I'm not. I only wish I was.
You're smart enough for me. You know lots and lots of things.
Not half as many as I'd like to. There's so many things I don't know, it scares me. For instance, look at that grass. What makes it green? Why isn't it purple or black or yellow? What becomes of a noise after we can't hear it anymore? Say, wouldn't it be great if we could keep a sound?
Keep a sound? You mean like thunder?
No. Good things, great things that people say. Men like George Washington and Ben Franklin. Of course, you couldn't do it, but it's a great idea just the same.
Yes, but don't think about it now, Tom. You've got other things to worry about.
What things?
Oh, just things.
What do you mean?
Well,
go ahead, what?
Tom, I didn't want to tell you, but Miss Howard's mad at you again.
Yeah, what for?
Well, you know, yesterday when she asked me to name the 33 states of the Union,
you
were tapping them out on the desk for me in Morse code?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was cheating.
Yeah, that's what Miss Howard said.
Huh? You mean she caught on?
Joe Dingle told her. He knows I can read Morse code, and after you left yesterday, he snitched on you.
Oh, I guess I'm in for it, huh?
She said she was going to make you stay in the cloakroom all day.
Oh, is that all? Oh, I don't mind that.
You don't?
No. I got something I want to do anyway.
What?
Well, look, Tanny. You see this little bottle? It's hydrochloric acid, and this other one is concentrated ammonia. I'm going to mix them both together.
Yeah? Then what'll happen?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to find out.
Tom, will it make a noise?
I don't know. I never tried it before.
But how do you know it won't blow up?
I don't. That's why I want to mix them to find out. Hydrochloric acid. There, that ought to be enough. Now, concentrated ammonia, just a few drops. It's all right, everybody. It's not a fire. Just smoke. It's just smoke.
Tom, are you all right?
Sure, Tanny, I'm all right. And I don't have to worry about hydrochloric acid and concentrated ammonia anymore. They don't mix.
Come in, Miss Howard. Mom, it's Miss Howard, the teacher. Good evening, Mrs. Edison. Good evening.
Evening, Miss Howard.
Evening. I don't like to disturb your supper, but I wanted to see you before it got dark. Of course. It isn't safe for a single girl to go walking around tonight.
Sit down, Miss Howard.
Thank you.
Is Tom at home?
Yes, he's in his room.
Then I can speak freely. I'm sorry to be the bearer of unpleasant news, but I suppose you've already heard what happened at school today.
Yes, I did. We had a long talk about it, Tom and I, out in the barn. I can assure you it won't happen again.
Mr. Edison, I don't believe whipping will help much. I might as well tell you, the school board has refused to accept any responsibility for the further education of your son.
You mean he's not to go to school?
Just that, Mr. Edison. Of course, if you want to appeal to the school board...
I certainly shall appeal to the school board.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Why not?
Because I shall oppose any such appeal.
Why?
Not only because of what happened today, but because he distracts the other children, gazes out the window, hums and drums on the desk with his fingers. The other day, he wanted to know what a cloud was.
Well, he's just inquisitive. He wants to learn things. That's all right, isn't it?
In its proper place, yes. But not in the middle of an arithmetic lesson.
You don't understand him, that's all.
Oh, nobody understands him. Mr. Edison, I don't wish to be unkind, but I suggest that you take the boy to Detroit to see a doctor. There's no question in my mind but that he's addled, sadly addled.
How dare you? You're the one that's addled.
Now, hold on, Nancy.
Compose yourself, please, Mrs. Edison.
There's nothing the matter with my Tom that a good teacher can't fix. I taught school in Canada, and I know. You haven't the patience nor the understanding to be a teacher.
Well, I never.
Tom's a good boy and just as smart as any boy in school. Never did a stupid thing in his life. You're the one that's stupid.
Me?
Yes, you.
Now, Nancy, you'd better go, Miss Howard, before something happens.
With pleasure, I assure you.
You're just a silly old maid, and you don't have to worry about walking around in the dark. Nobody's going to bother you.
Oh.
Sam, I'm surprised you didn't defend your son.
Didn't seem necessary, Nancy. You were doing a pretty good job.
Saying that Tom is addled, that's perfectly ridiculous.
She's not the only one, Nancy. The whole town's saying it. Everybody thinks there's something wrong with the boy, especially after today.
Oh, Sam, I wish they understood Tom as I do. He's different from other boys. He's looking for causes, not effects.
I think he found both today. Where are you going?
I'm going to take him something.
Now, Nancy, don't pamper him.
He has to eat, Sam. Tom?
Yes.
Well, Tom,
Hello, Mom.
your friend, Miss Howard, was just here.
Yeah, I know. I heard her.
Have you been crying, Tom? Have you?
Well, it's not about the licking Pop gave me. It's just that what he said is true. By tomorrow morning, everybody will know I was kicked out of school because I'm addled, crazy.
You're not going to be afraid of what anybody says, not tomorrow nor any other time. Poor children isn't the whole world, Tom. There's a much bigger world beyond here. And someday you're going to be a part of it. An important part of it.
Mom, you know I'm not addled, don't you?
Why, of course you're not, dear. Silliest thing I ever heard.
But Pop thinks I am.
No, he doesn't.
I heard him tell you.
Your father's just a little upset. Now try not to worry him. He loves you. He loves all of us.
All right, Mom. I won't do a thing to bother him.
That's a good boy. Now, won't you eat something?
I don't feel like it.
There's something there you like very much. Look.
Apple pie and milk. My favorite. Oh, thanks, Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing down in the cellar on such a nice day?
Oh, just fixing up my chemical bottles.
Oh, well, be careful of your Sunday clothes.
I will.
Tom, how in the world do you know what's in all those bottles? They're all marked poison.
That's simple, Mom. I've got a secret number on every one of the bottles. I look up the number in my little book, and then I know what's in the bottle.
Well, that's rather complicated, isn't it?
Yes, but if any of the other kids come down here, they'll be afraid to touch them.
That's not very sociable, Tom.
No, but it works. Oh, Mom, I fixed that broken window in Tanny's room.
I saw it, and you did such a nice job, I'm going to give you 10 cents.
10 cents?
Hmm?
Gee willikins. But I broke the window.
Never mind. It was an accident. Here's your 10 cents.
Oh, Mom, gosh, that's great. Now I can send for that chemistry catalog.
You do nothing of the kind. You're going to spend this 10 cents for candy and eat it like other boys do.
But when I eat the candy, Mom, it's gone in the chemistry book.
No candy, no 10 cents.
That's a lot of candy for one fella to eat.
Well, you can share it with Tanny.
All right.
Now go on out for a nice walk or something. Get a little air.
Yeah, I told Mr. McCartney I'd be down to the station today. He lets me fool around with the telegraph stuff.
Tom, you won't get into any trouble today now, will you?
Oh, of course not, Mom. How could I get in any trouble down at the station?
Oh, I don't know, but sometimes I think you could get into trouble almost any.
Mr. McCartney.
Well, hello, Tom. Hello, Tanny.
Hello.
Busy, Mr. McCartney?
No, not much doing on Sunday. Sit down.
Thanks. It's nice of you to let us come in here, Mr. McCartney.
All the other kids are jealous.
Well, seems to me, Tom, I owe you a lot more than I'll ever be able to repay.
Oh, no.
You mean about the time Tom saved your little boy from being run over by the train, Mr. McCartney?
I mean just that, Tanny.
Danny, stop it. That's all over. Gosh,
But you were so brave. Wasn't he, Mr. McCartney?
Danny, keep quiet. Now, that's enough.
All right, Tom. But you were brave.
Mr. McCartney, will you have a piece of maple sugar?
No, thanks.
Oh, it's all right. I got a lot more in my pocket. Mr. Inchpin gave me a dozen for a dime.
Well, don't mind if I do, then.
Here you are.
Thank you, Tom. Good.
Can we look at your telegraph?
Wait till number 7 goes by, Tom. That's her coming in now.
Tom, look at all the wires. Why do they need wires to telegraph, Tom? Why don't they send messages through the rails?
You can't. Rails are grounded.
What does that mean?
They're short-circuited.
Oh, gosh, you're smart. Could you be a telegraph operator, Tom? Like Mr. McCartney?
I don't know. I guess so if I kept on practicing.
Would you like to be a telegraph operator?
Well, sure I would. Only, gosh, there's so many things I'd like to do. Sometimes I'm afraid I'll never get around to all of them. Let's go and watch number 7 come in, huh?
All right.
You know what I'm going to do someday? I'm going to build a telegraph from my cellar up to your room.
You are?
Then we can talk back and forth, and nobody will know what we're saying.
Secret messages, huh? Like spies.
No, like telegraph stations. You'll have your secret call letters, and so will I, and nobody will know what they are.
What are my secret call letters?
Oh, here. Wait till I get this rock here, and I'll tap it out for you. Now, listen.
Dash. Dot dash. That's TA.
Mm-hmm. That's your secret call, TA.
Gosh, I've got a telegraph call. I feel like a railroad station.
Let's go up and look at the engine, huh?
Hey, son, you there.
Tom, that man on the train's calling you.
Hey,
Yes, sir. You calling me?
what's got in that bag, son?
Maple sugar?
Fine. You want to sell me a piece?
Well, yes, sir. For a nickel.
All right, hand it up here.
Here you are, sir.
There's your nickel. How much did this piece cost you, son?
A penny.
Well, that's a nice little profit.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sonny, you got any more?
Well, sure I have.
Well, bring it in the train. There's a lot of hungry people here.
I'll be right there. Danny, I'm going to get on the train. You wait here, huh?
Tom, remember what Mom said. Don't get in any trouble now.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be right back.
Here you are, son. 10 cents. I'll take 2 of them.
Yes, sir, right here.
Let's have another one, boy.
Just a minute, sir.
Where's that?
I'm getting it, ma'am. Let's see now. I've only got 4 left.
Well, I'll take 2. Here's $1. Can you change
No, ma'am, I can't. Have you got change, mister?
Well, let's see.
Please, mister, hurry. The train's going to start.
Here
I've
it
got to
is.
get... here you are, ma'am. Here's your change.
Wait, are you sure that's right?
Yes, ma'am. 90 cents. Excuse me.
Oh, yes, thanks.
Hey, son, I wanted another one.
I'm sorry, mister. I can't wait. I've got to... Hey, let me off. Let me off the train. Stop the train.
Come back here. Where do you think you're going?
Conductor, I've got to get off. Stop the train.
Oh, you're too late, son. We're on our way.
Oh, please let me go. I've got to get home. Mister, please, my sister.
No. Don't try to jump now. You're on this train. You're going to stay. You can telegraph your sister from Detroit.
Detroit? Danny! Tell Mom I won't be home for supper!
In just a moment, Mr. DeMille will present Mickey Rooney, Beulah Bondi, and Virginia Weidler in Act 2 of Young Tom Edison. And now let's look in on our favorite family, the Brownings. It's late afternoon, and Midge and Dot are helping Mother Browning with a batch of Christmas cookies. There's the back doorbell.
See what it is, will you, Midge? My hands are covered with flour.
Okay, just a sec. It's the Christmas tree. Dot, did you ask Mother about the party?
Party? What party? What are you two plotting now?
Well, remember last year how we made snow for our Christmas tree out of Lux flakes? Well, all the girls were crazy about our Lux tree, and so this year... we want to ask the girls over tomorrow afternoon and have a Lux snow party.
A party? So that's why you wanted to make an extra batch of cookies. Well, I think a party would be fun.
Oh, Mother, you're a darling.
Let's see now. You'll need a big bowl.
And an egg beater. And some Lux.
And a little lukewarm water. That's all you need to make this lovely, real-looking snow for your tree. Yes, you can make Christmas snow out of those same gentle white Lux flakes that you use for washing all your pretty things. It's such an inexpensive decoration, so easy to make, and it lasts right through the holiday season. Now, here's how you make this Lux Snow. Take a large-sized box of Lux Flakes and empty the flakes into a big bowl or dishpan. Pour in 2 cups of lukewarm water, just 2 cups. Then take an egg beater and beat this mixture until it gets soft and fluffy, just like whipped cream. Spread handfuls of this Lux Snow on the branches of your Christmas tree. If you want more glitter, sprinkle on some of that shiny artificial snow that you buy in the store while the Lux Snow is still moist. Snow-covered branches make novel and inexpensive table decorations, too. And a little of the Lux Snow on your Christmas wreath makes them extra Christmassy and festive. The children love to help with this Christmas snow. Now remember, use 2 cups of lukewarm water to each big box of Lux Flakes. Now, our producer, Mr. DeMille.
Act 2 of Young Tom Edison, starring Mickey Rooney as Tom, Beulah Bondi as his mother, and Virginia Weidler as Tanny. When the train that spirited Tom Edison away returned to Port Huron, a reception committee was waiting for him at the station. His sister Tanny, his mother, and Mr. Edison looking very grim. But the boy who climbed down from the train that night was so changed that his family hardly knew him. On his cap was a sign, reading candy for sale. On his arm, a basket piled high with sweetmeats and newspapers. And on his face, a broad, self-conscious grin.
Well, oh gosh, can't somebody say something? Here, Tanny, I brought this doll for you.
Thank you.
And Mom, here's a little bouquet of flowers.
Tom.
And Pop, Pop, here, have a cigar?
Just what is the meaning of this?
Well, I'm in business.
In business.
Sam, it's very late. Suppose we talk about this when we get home. Come along, Tanny.
He's the conductor, you know. He fixed it up with the railroad, and I bought the basket of merchandise on credit. Mr. Nelson lent me the cap, and I painted the sign myself.
Tom, it's beautiful.
Huh.
Sam, don't you think it's all right? I mean, well, it might help out, you know, Tom making a little money. And, Tom, you really think you can make money out of this, don't you?
Well, no, not an awful lot. Not at first, anyway.
But after a while, you can, sure.
Huh? Yes, sure. You see, I was thinking that maybe I could get permission to put men on other trains. Who knows, maybe someday I'll have a lot of people working for me. People like to buy things on trains. Don't you think so, Father?
Perhaps. But I hope you don't think you've talked yourself out of a licking.
Oh, gee willikers.
You've got to be punished for climbing on that train and going away.
But that's not fair. I didn't mean to do it.
Don't, Tom. Not tonight, anyway, Samuel. Run along, children. I want to talk to your father.
Good night, Mom. Night.
Good night.
Sam, he only wants to help out.
The son of Sam Edison, a peddler.
Well, if it keeps him busy till he goes back to school.
He can't go back to school. They won't take him.
I think they will, Sam. Something tells me there'll come a time when they'll understand him the way we do.
We?
Yes, Sam. When people find out he's not just a silly boy, but he's almost a man. And that deep down inside of him there's something very real, something very wonderful, struggling for expression.
Nancy, you don't really think that, do you?
I know it, Sam. I'm as sure as can be.
I'm not as tolerant as I ought to be, I suppose. Father and son should be closer to each other. Know one another better.
Why don't you have a talk with Tom?
I think I will, one of these days.
Now, look here, Tom. I'm the conductor on this train, and I've got a certain amount of responsibility.
One of them was to look after the baggage car. Now, what's all this stuff in here?
Just chemicals.
Chemicals?
Yes, sir. I thought I could set up a little laboratory in here, and then I wouldn't lose any time on my experiments.
Well, I'm sorry, Tom. You'll have to get rid of some of this stuff. The car's so cluttered up, there's no room for baggage.
But, Mr. Nelson...
That's my last word, Tom.
Tom Edison.
Oh, here I am, Mr. Hodges, baggage car.
Well, I brought it for you, Tom.
Oh, the printing press?
Yep, here she is. Where's it go?
Right in here, Mr. Hodges.
You better give me a hand with it.
All right. Here, looks heavy. 1, 2... it is.
She goes.
Oh, gosh, it's a beauty, isn't it? All my life I've wanted to own a printing press. How much do I owe you, Mr. Hodges?
Well, I carted it all the way over from the yard. $2.
How much?
All right, make it $1.
Oh, that's better here.
You taking the press back home, Tom?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I sort of figured on keeping it in the car here.
Well, bye, Tom.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Hodges. Thanks again.
Hey, baggage, come on and Fraser, Tom.
Oh, just one piece, Mr. Nelson. Here. Have a corncob pipe, Mr. Nelson?
Huh?
Go ahead, take it.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you. I was thinking about getting a new one. Hey, what's that thing over there?
That's a printing press.
Printing press? Who's it going to?
Nobody. It belongs to me.
Oh, you're taking it home.
Light up your pipe, Mr. Nelson. See how it draws. It's a good one, you know. Costs 10 cents.
You won't have much time to use the printing press, Tom. You're not home enough.
That's just it, Mr. Nelson. I'm going to keep it in here in the baggage car.
What? You're going to what?
Now, don't get mad. Let me explain.
Here, take your corncob pipe.
No, listen, Mr. Nelson, please.
I knew there was a catch to it.
There's no catch. I want to print a newspaper on the train right here in this baggage
A
car.
newspaper? Next, you'll be raising chickens in here.
Listen, Mr. Nelson, there's going to be a war between the states, and people all along the line are going to be anxious for news.
Well, that's...
we can give it to them fresh, hot off the griddle.
Well...
Every time the train stops, I can run into the station and get the latest news.
This railroad isn't in the publishing business.
No, but it's patriotic, isn't it?
Well,
if we can tell the people what's going on and tell them the minute it happens, we're not only doing them a service and the railroad a service, but we'll be doing the United States government a service as well. Don't you see that?
Well, yes, I do. But suppose the division superintendent finds out.
Oh, he'll thank us. He'll think we're loyal, patriotic Americans. And that's what we are, aren't we?
You bet we are. But remember, this is the last thing you're going to bring in this baggage car. Understand?
Oh, yes, sir. Here, Mr. Nelson, have another pipe. Paper here, McClellan appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Union Army. Good morning, Captain Brackett.
Morning, Tom.
Paper Captain, you got a new Commander-in-Chief, you know.
Yes, so I understand. And a good choice, too.
Yes, sir. Captain, I've been thinking...
Boy, stick of liquor, please.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Right here.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, Captain, I was wondering...
Yeah?
Do you suppose the Army would be interested in a new explosive?
An explosive? Oh, they've got lots of explosives, Tom.
Oh, but this one's better than anything they've got.
That so? What's the name of it?
Well, I call it the Tom Edison High Powerful All Explosive Number 1.
Oh, something you made yourself.
Yes, sir.
You shouldn't play with explosives, Tom. They're very dangerous.
Oh, what's a little thing like danger when you're doing it for your country? This is a wonderful explosive, Captain. You want to see it? I've got it right here in my pocket.
Well, let's have a look at it.
Here. In this little bottle, see?
Well. What's it made of?
Well, there's some sulfuric acid in it, and there's some nitric acid. And let me see. Some glycerin.
What was that again?
Sulfuric acid, nitric acid,
and glycerin.
Yes, sir.
Tom, that's nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin?
Oh, God.
Stand still now. No, don't move, Tom. Don't move.
Here, what's going on?
That boy has a bottle of nitroglycerin. Nitroglycerin?
Here, Mr. Nelson, you take it.
No, not me. You stay where you are. Don't get excited, friends. There'll be no danger if we're careful.
Tom Edison, are you crazy?
Oh, I didn't know, Mr. Nelson. I didn't know.
Just you wait, young man.
You'll have to stop the train, Mr. Nelson. If he drops that bottle, it'll blow us all high in the kite.
Mr. Nelson, stop the train.
Now, you stand back. Don't you come near me. I'll pull the emergency cord.
No, don't do that. We'll stop too suddenly. You get to the engineer and tell him to slow down gradually.
All right. Don't you move one step, Tom Edison.
No, just keep perfectly still, Tom.
Captain Brackett, I'm nervous. I'm shaking.
Well, stop it. Stop it.
Don't you think you better hold this?
Well, it doesn't make much difference who holds it. It's who drops it. And I'd rather it wasn't me.
But if I could only...
Stand still. Stand still.
All right, I will, sir.
Oh, it's falling down. Somebody open that window.
Open the window.
I'll do it.
Captain, we're on a breeze. We're over a river.
Oh.
We'll all drown.
No, we won't. Now, listen, Tom.
Yes.
You walk over to that window, slowly now, and throw that bottle into the river.
Yes, sir.
Now, wait. Throw it gently, and away from the bridge. Downstream. You understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, stand back, everybody.
Oh.
Now, go ahead, Tom. Throw it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's all right, sir. It went into the river.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's all right, lady. Everything's all right now. Oh, gosh, I guess it floated into a rock.
You little fool. I'll teach you to bring chemicals on this train.
No, Mr. Nelson, please.
You blithering idiot.
Oh.
You or my boy will do more than box your ears. Now get off. Get off this train, and don't you come back.
What do you suppose is the matter, Doctor? He says he can't hear out of that ear.
We'll just pour a little sweet oil in there. That'll help. Keep your head over on the side, Tom.
Yes, Doctor.
Mr. Nelson kept hitting him on that ear, Doctor.
Oh, you can't blame Mr. Nelson, Mom. It was my fault, the whole thing.
Just the same, he shouldn't have struck you. Tom, just think. Your candy and peanuts and oranges. All gone.
Oh, that's all right.
A fine state of affairs. All you've got to show for your work is an earache.
Everything happens for the best, Sam. The way Tom was going, it wouldn't be no time at all before he put the railroad out of business. Oh, hold still. Don't move, Tom.
Does it hurt, Tom?
What?
Does it hurt? Your ear.
Oh, a little.
Do you think it'll affect his hearing, Doctor?
I can't say. Not until the swelling goes down. Sometimes there's nothing like a good box on the ear to sharpen a boy's senses. Eh, Sam? Well, I'll be running along.
I'll see you to the door.
Oh, by the way, how's that pain in your side, Mrs. Edison? Been bothering you lately?
Not a great deal, Doctor. I think it's getting better.
Tom.
Oh, yes, sir.
There's one thing I shall insist upon from now on.
What's that, sir?
You're to get rid of those chemicals. Throw them away or dispose of them any way you like. But you're never to bring them in the house again.
But why, Father? Why?
Because I say so, that's why.
Oh, that's a fine reason.
All right, I'll give you another reason then, since you don't like that one. Because you're not competent to handle such things. You're too irresponsible and...
And addled. Is that what you mean?
Yes, Tom. I'm afraid that's what I mean. And from now on, there'll be no more experiments. You understand? You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. DeMille will bring our stars, Mickey Rooney, Beulah Bondi, and Virginia Weidler, back for the third act of Young Tom Edison after a short intermission. Have you ever stopped to think how often old proverbs contradict each other? For instance, too many cooks spoil the broth, yet many hands make light labor. Well, when it comes to preparing that swell Christmas dinner you'll be eating on Wednesday, I imagine most mothers would vote for proverb number 2. Mothers appreciate helping hands at Christmas time, hands that help in a lot of ways, like washing the dishes after dinner. Speaking of dishwashing, here's a cheerful thought. Helping hands needn't ever fear they'll become dishpan hands. There's wonderful new Quick Lux to save you from that. I've told you about the dramatic one-hand tests made by hundreds of women in a laboratory under conditions similar to home dishwashing. The tests were absolutely impartial. Each woman put one hand in Lux suds, her other hand in suds from a different soap, for exactly the same time, 20 minutes, 3 times a day, for weeks. All told, 5 popular soaps were tested. At the end of the tests, the Lux hands still looked soft and smooth, while the other hands were red, rough, unattractive. Lux proved kinder to hands than any of the other soaps tested. Now, there's a very simple way you can prove this for yourself. Just change from harsh soaps to new Quick Lux for your dishes. You wouldn't wash your face with a harsh laundry soap for even one day. So why expose your hands to such a soap in your dishpan? It's foolish, because new Quick Lux is not only gentle, it's thrifty and it's fast. Get the economical big box and use it for dishes every day. We pause now for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Curtain rises on the third act of Young Tom Edison. Laughed at by the townspeople, scorned by boys of his own age, young Tom Edison couldn't stand his troubled life in Port Huron any longer. So late one night he left a note where his mother would find it in the morning.
It's no use, Mom. I'm a failure in this town. So I'm going away to Detroit and start all over. Love, Tom. P.S. I love you better than anybody else in the world. Please say goodbye to Father and kiss Tanny for me.
An hour later found Tom in the telegraph office at the railroad station.
And you know I can read and send Morse code as good as, well, almost anybody, Mr. McCarney.
Yeah, it's so, Tom.
Well, then, would you recommend me for a job?
Well, yes, but who's going to hire a 16-year-old boy as a telegraph operator?
Well, maybe somebody will in Detroit.
Detroit? Are you figuring on leaving home?
That's just what I'm doing.
Does your mother know it? You know you'll break her heart if you go.
And I'll break her heart if I stay. Will you lend me some money, Mr. McCarthy?
Now, hold on, Tom. I'm willing to do almost anything for you, but I'm not going to finance you into breaking your mother's heart.
I'm doing it to help her. I've got to get away from this town.
Now, look, Tom, why don't you just go as far as Fraser? Have a talk with your brother, Bill. Maybe he can straighten this out.
Bill doesn't know anything about it. He just make me come back. Mr. McCartney, won't you just lend me enough to get to Detroit? I'll pay.
No, Tom, I won't.
All right. That's number 9 coming. I'll ride on the engine with Mr. Miller.
Don't be a fool, Tom.
A fool. That's what you think of me, just like all the rest of them. Well, I'm going and you're not going to stop me.
No, I won't stop you, Tom. But I won't help you either.
What was that? It sounded like Tanny.
No, Tom.
Tanny, what are you doing out at this time of night?
I found your note, Tom. Tom, you gotta come back. Mama's sick, Tom.
What's the matter with her?
I don't know, but she's awful sick. Pop left early tonight to go to Fraser. He hasn't back yet. Dr. Pender says we gotta get him and Bill. Right away, Tom.
Well, Father's probably on his way home now. I'll go to Fraser and get Bill.
No, you go to the house and stay with Mom. You can help. I'll get Bill.
You can't ride on the train alone. You're too little.
But Mom needs you. Please, Tom.
All right, but be careful. Come back on number 7 and bring Bill.
I will. Hurry, Tom, hurry.
Glad you're here, son. Your mother's been worried. Mrs. Edison, Tom's here now.
Tom, where were you in all this rain?
I was down at the station talking to Mr. McCartney.
Take off your shoes, dear. I know they must be soaking wet.
Mom. Doctor, what did she say that last? I didn't hear.
Come outside a moment, Tom.
Dr. Pender, is she awfully sick?
Yes. I should operate immediately. It's her only chance.
Well, why don't you?
There's no light. I can't perform a delicate operation by lamplight. I can't risk it.
But if you don't, what then will she...
Now, son, we'll do the best we can. But we'll have to wait.
Tom.
Go ahead, son.
Tom.
Mom, can I do anything?
You can help the doctor. Anything he wants. And tell Tanny to go to bed. You're the head of the house now till your father comes home.
All right. Mom?
Yes, dear.
Mom, I was going to run away tonight.
Yes, dear.
I wrote you a little note.
I know, dear. Tom, whenever you're hurt, write a long letter saying exactly what's on your mind. Then read it and tear it up.
I was mad at Father.
I understand, dear. After all, when a man is hurt, he has to get angry with someone. That's what mothers and fathers are for.
I'm never going to leave you as long as I live.
Of course. Of course you're not.
Now, you try to sleep, Mom. I'll be right outside. Dr. Bender, it's dangerous to wait till morning, isn't it?
Yes, Tom. Every moment we lose permits the infection to spread further.
Oh, we got a lot of lamps, 10, maybe 15 of them.
Lamp light won't do, my boy.
But you said yourself that if we wait around, she may... Dr. Pender, you've got to do it now. You just got to. You can't wait.
Tom, stop it. Believe me, son, it's the only thing to do. A doctor can't work in the dark. He needs light. Perhaps someday it may be different, Tom. Perhaps someday the world's work won't have to stop when the sun goes down. But that won't be in my time, nor in yours.
Dr. Bender.
Yes?
Doctor, I was just thinking, suppose I got a mirror. A big mirror. That'd help, wouldn't it?
Mirror? What good would that be?
Well, don't you see? A mirror reflects light and magnifies it. We could set it up in the dining room and put all the lamps in front of it and then...
Don't be ridiculous.
But, Dr. Pender...
What's the matter with you?
There's nothing the matter with me. I'm trying to save my mother's life. You need light to operate, and I can make it for you.
Have you got a mirror in the house? A large one?
No, sir, but I can get it. I'll go down to Mr. Dingle's store.
He's not open.
Then I'll just break in and take it. They can't blame me if I'm trying to help my mother.
I don't believe this will work. But we can take a chance.
Yes, sir.
Go and get the mirror. And on your way back, bring Mrs. McCartney.
All right.
We'll operate as soon as you provide enough light.
Doctor, is it over? Did you operate?
Yes, Tom, we did.
Well, is she... Oh, tell me.
You'll know very soon now, Tom. But I'm pretty sure that she'll be all right.
Oh, gosh. Thanks, Doctor.
Don't thank me. You saved your mother's life, Tom. That mirror was an inspiration.
Oh, the mirror. The mirror? Oh, say, I'd better bring it back before the store opens. Mr. Dingle might be mad.
If I know Mr. Dingle, he'll tear every hair out of his head.
Burglars, thieves! I've been robbed. They broke in that door right there, see?
What did they steal, Mr. Dingle?
What they steal, just a special looking glass imported from New York. I'd like to get my hands on him, that's all.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, Mr. Dingle. Here's your looking glass, Mr. Dingle.
What?
There it is, Dingle. Tom Edison's got it.
Come here.
Oh, I'm
you.
sorry, Mr. Dingle.
Somebody get the sheriff.
Wait, listen. I had to have it, Mr. Dingle. You see, my mother...
Never mind your excuses. You stole it. That's burglary. I've got a good mind to...
Mr. Dingle, let me
break
go.
into my store, will
But look
you?
out for the looking glass.
I'll hand you good for this.
Please, look out.
Oh, now look what you did. You broke it.
Oh, I couldn't help it. You shot
I'll teach you to destroy people's property.
Oh.
Break into my store, steal my looking glass, and then break it right in front of old eyes. I'll teach you all right. I'll take a minute, sir. You let go of that toy, do you hear? Now listen, Mr. Edison. Let him go or I'll break. Now wait, Mr. Edison. Hold on. He broke into my store, stole a looking glass, and smashed it. What? Is that true, Tom?
Yes, Pop. I had to because...
That's enough. Go on home. I'll attend to you when I get there.
But, Pop, if you'll only listen to
You
me...
heard me. Go home.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's right.
Hey, what's that about?
Something must have happened.
I don't see any smoke. Can't be a fire.
There's Ed Hodges running up from the station. Hey, Ed!
What's the matter, Ed? The bridge is out.
What did he say?
What's that, Ed?
The bridge is out. The storm last night, it gave way 10 minutes ago.
You mean the railroad bridge?
That's right. The whole trestle's gone to the gully 10 miles up the line. Number 7's due to pass there any minute.
Number 7? Why, that's the train Fanny is on. Number 7.
Tom, come back here.
Pop, I gotta go down to the station.
Tom. Hold on. No, we've got to do it. Come on, then march right down. Number 7.
Are you getting through them yet?
Can't you get any answer, Mr. McCartney?
Give me a chance. Give me a
You've
chance.
got to reach him. You've got to.
Oh, it's no use. I can't get through to Ridgeway. The wires are down. Number 7 passes there in 3 minutes. That's our last chance to flag her.
Then she's a goner.
I'm afraid she is.
My wife
She'll hit the river at 40 miles an hour.
Quiet. Quiet. Please.
Now, if you could get across the river, you might
No
get...
chance, Mac. That'll take hours.
Mr. McCartney.
Not now, Tom, not now.
But maybe I can help. I've got an
Leave me
idea.
alone, Tom. Can't you see I'm busy?
Get out of here and let us alone.
I won't. My sister and brother are on that train. I've got as much right as anybody else to be here.
Is that so? Go on home.
No, please, listen. I can send a message to the train.
The wires are down, and he can send a message to the train.
But I don't need any wires.
Tom, get out of this office. Go on. Let him alone. He's got work to do.
Mr. Miller! Mr. Miller!
Any news, Tom?
No, Mr. Miller. Can I come up in the engine with you?
Not now, Tom. They may move me out of here any minute.
Please!
Now, Tom, listen, get off this engine.
Mr. Miller, I can stop number 7 if you'll only let me.
Well, go ahead and stop it. Only get off of here.
But please, listen. I can send a message with that whistle.
With what?
With your engine whistle. Watch.
Take your hand off that cord.
I can send Morse code. Listen.
Morse code? Say, what's that you're saying now?
I'm spelling out danger. They might hear it on number 7 and stop the train.
Who's blowing that whistle?
I am, Mr. McCartney.
Tom, that might work.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
How can it work? It's code. Who's going to read it?
Danny's on the train, my sister.
She's only a little girl.
But she understands code. You know she does, Mr. McCartney.
Yeah, she does.
I suppose she's sitting in the train just
She'll
waiting
hear
for
it.
you to-
She's got her own call letter, CA. Please, Mr. McCartney, let me try it.
All right, we got to do something. Miller, get your engine moving. Run down as close as you can to that bridge in a hurry. Tom, you keep on that whistle. I can't leave my station. Go ahead, and good luck.
Thanks, Mr. McCartney.
All right, Tom, we're pretty close to the bridge. They ought to be able to hear us from here.
I'm ready. All right. T, A, G, A, D, A, N, G, E, R. Oh, Danny. Please listen. T, A, G, A.
I told Tom to go back to the house, and then I'd come and get you, Bill.
Is Mother very sick, Tanny?
I don't know, but Dr. Pender said, go and get your father and Bill. I suppose...
Well, then it must be pretty bad. I only hope we get there in time.
Bill, what's all that whistling for?
I don't know.
Honey, you know, it sounds like... Bill?
Yes?
It stops and dashes.
What?
Morse code. Dash. Stop dash. Dash. Stop dash. That's me. That's my secret signal. It's Tom. Tom's sending it.
What? How could it be?
Listen. T. R. A. I. N. Train. S. E. V. E. N. 7. S. T. O. E. Bill, somebody wants to stop this train. That's why they're whistling. Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson, come here.
What's the matter, Tammy?
Mr. Nelson, you hear that whistle?
Of course I hear it. You think I'm deaf?
Somebody's trying to stop this train. Listen. 7. S. T. O. P. D. A. N. G. E. R. What is she talking about, Mr. Nelson?
She's an Edison. They're all little tets, you know. Her
Keep
brother
the train
Tom.
number 7. Stop. Danger.
Be quiet, Tanny.
No, listen. B. R. I. D. G. E. Bridge. I. S. Is. O. U. T. They're trying to tell us the bridge is out.
Bridge is out. Mr. Nelson. Do something, Mr. Nelson.
Stop it. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I'm going to pull the emergency cord.
Hurry! Hurry! Bill, we stopped.
Let me at that window. We stopped, all right. About 20 feet from the washout. Good work, Miller. Good work.
It wasn't me. It was Tom Edison.
What, Tom?
Look, Tom, the whole town's here to meet us. Tom, you're a hero.
I didn't do it. Danny stopped the train. I only blew the whistle.
Never mind, my boy. There's glory enough for both of you.
Now, what do you think of my brother, Mr. Nelson?
Finest lad I know. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Finest lad I know. Tom.
Oh, hello, Pop.
Tom, I'm proud of you.
Oh, Tanny's the one, Father.
I don't mean only this. I mean the looking glass and the lamps and your mother.
Oh, how is she? Is she going to be all right?
She's going to be fine.
Oh.
Why didn't you tell me about the looking glass?
You wouldn't let me.
That's right. I wouldn't. Sorry about that. Hereafter, Tom, maybe I'll learn to listen to you a little more carefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we're all down here at the station to say goodbye to young Tom Edison, wish him well in his new job as telegraph operator. Speaking for the railroad and myself, we're giving you this job, Tom, because you're a competent man, not just because you're a hero.
Mr. McCarney, I don't care why you're giving it to me. I'm glad to get it.
You're a real telegraph operator, my boy, and you're going to be a credit to the Grand Trunk Railroad and to me.
Are you ready, son?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mr. Edison, meet Mr. Jackson, superintendent of the line.
Excuse me, Ken.
Mr. Jackson, this is Tom Edison's father.
Oh, how do you do, sir?
Oh, goodbye, Pop. We're leaving.
Goodbye, son.
Goodbye, Tanny.
Goodbye, Tom.
And Mom. Goodbye, Mom. You know, I'm going to miss you terribly.
Goodbye, Tom. God bless you. And Tom, you mustn't forget this. A little package for you.
What is it, Mom?
Apple pie and milk.
Apple pie and milk. My favorite. Oh, Mom, thanks.
Goodbye. Oh, goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Mom. Well, Sam, there goes our boy.
Yes. A little while back, he was Sam Edison's son. Now I'm Tom Edison's father. And you know, I like it.
In a moment, Mr. DeMille brings Mickey Rooney back for a curtain call. And now, since we've reached the night before Christmas, I've asked Lou Silvers to play for you an old Welsh Christmas tune which I've always liked. Thank you, Lou, for that gay song. The words are just as gay. Deck the hall with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Don we now our gay apparel. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. We of the Lux Radio Theater and our sponsors, the makers of Lux Flakes, join in wishing all of you the gayest, happiest kind of a Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. You have made 1940 a good year for Lux Flakes, and we know that means Lux Flakes have proved helpful to you. Certainly it is a tribute to high quality when we find new Quick Lux, America's favorite way of washing nice things, by a vote of 2-1. And that's what our coast-to-coast survey shows. Yes, from San Francisco to New York, from Boston to New Orleans, twice as many women use new Quick Lux for stockings, underthings, nice dresses, and so on, as use any other flakes, chips, or beads. It's new Quick Lux Flakes, 2-1. You like it for its speed, thrift, safety. It will always bring you these qualities. Always give you the quick, thrifty, gentle care that keeps everything safe in water lovely longer. You'll find it ideal for so many things. Stockings, underthings, dresses, sweaters, blouses, gloves, in fact, everything safe in water. Remember, new Quick Lux comes in the same familiar package, and it costs you no more. Now, here's Mr. DeMille with our star.
Two kinds of magic brought us this play tonight. Engineering magic of the kind that Edison invented, and the acting magic of Mickey Rooney. And here's Mickey now for a curtain call.
Thank you, Mr. DeMille. I was pretty scared, when they gave me this assignment in the picture. A genius like Thomas Edison is nobody for a kid like me to fool around with.
For our money, Mickey, we're just about right.
It got so that every time I turned on the light or put a swing record on the phonograph, I'd get the shivers. I couldn't push a button without it turning out to be something he had invented.
You certainly seem to have regained your courage.
Yes, sir. I finally remembered about the alarm clock, and that did it.
I've heard of it, Mickey. How did it work?
Well, it was a dilly, and I figured that anyone who could think that one up was a regular fellow. He'd get up early and run down to his workshop in the cellar. And there he had a lever fixed up with a complicated bunch of ropes and pulleys that ran all over the house. And that connected with another lever in his sister's room. And the whole thing finished up with a string being tied on her toe so she'd be sure and wake up.
Sounds like a sound deduction, Mickey. He must have been a regular fellow.
Mr. DeMille, what's going to go on here next week?
We'll ring out the old year next Monday night, Mickey, with a new universal hit, recently released, A Little Bit of Heaven. And you'll hear the same star who appears on the screen, Gloria Jean. And with her, we'll have C. Aubrey Smith, Helen Parrish, and Frank Albertson. It's the story of a little girl who becomes a famous radio singer, but keeps her head while the rest of her family goes wild. We have an all-star cast and the 12-year-old singing star, Gloria Jean, in the leading role.
Gloria Jean, C. Aubrey Smith, Helen Parrish, and Frank Albertson. How can you miss with a show like that, Mr. DeMille? Well, may I say now, so long and a Merry Christmas to everyone.
Good night, Peggy. Good night, and same to you. Before we meet again in this theater next week, the most joyful day of the year will have come and gone. In 1940, there can't be anyone in this audience who isn't thankful for this blessing that is still ours to enjoy. Thankful that everywhere in America there's still time for Christmas. So when your family gathers from far and near to join the celebration at your fireside, and the lights are blazing bright on your Christmas tree, when the children begin to laugh and play on Christmas morning, please add this hope of ours to the joy and blessing of the day. The sincere wish of our sponsors, the makers of Lux Flakes and Lux Toilet Soap, and of all this radio family, that all your family enjoy the happiest of happy Christmas times. Our sponsors join me in inviting you to be with us again next Monday night when the Lux Radio Theater presents Gloria Jean, C. Aubrey Smith, Helen Parrish, and Frank Albertson in A Little Bit of Heaven. This is Cecil B. DeMille saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Virginia Weidler's forthcoming picture is the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer production, Keeping Company. Beulah Bondi is now working in the Columbia picture Penny Serenade with Cary Grant and Irene Dunn. Heard in tonight's play were Griff Barnett as Mr. Edison, Lou Merrill as Mr. Nelson, Earl Ross as Mr. McCarney, Warren Ash as Captain Brackett, Arthur Q. Bryan as Hodges, Stanley Farrar as Dr. Pender, Noreen Gamil as Miss Howard, Jack Lewis as Miller, Clarence Strait as Bill, Charles Seal as Dingle, and Celeste Rush and Philip Steele. Our music is directed by Louis Silvers, and your announcer has been Melville Ruick. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber, McGee, and Molly, written by Don Quinn, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Keep an Eye on Your Heart. Tomorrow, your kitchen floor is going to have one of its hardest days. Does that worry you? Well, not if the linoleum is protected with Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Then, no matter how many feet go scuffing and scraping across the floor, the linoleum itself is safe, unharmed. Also, if you should spill anything on the floor, a damp cloth quickly wipes it up. Not only that, but linoleum that is kept shining with Glow Coat is as bright and colorful as the day it was first put down. And everybody knows that it's easier to work in a cheerful kitchen than in a dull one. Johnson's Glow Coat, as you know, is self-polishing, which means it needs no rubbing or buffing, practically no work from you. Well, it's a wonderful feeling to have your Christmas shopping all done and wrapped and sent out, and cards all mailed, so you can sit down and relax by an open fire. Ah, peace. It's wonderful. And here at 79 Wistful Vista, settling down to wallow in that wonderful feeling, we find Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Ah, boy, ain't this a picture. Snow softly falling and candle in the window and fire in the fireplace.
Yeah. And no wood in the basket. You better go out and get a couple of more logs, dearie.
Oh, let it go. We'll be going to bed pretty quick.
You don't let the fire go out.
Sure. Who am I to give Santa Claus the hot foot? Besides, the wood is outside and it'll be all wet from the snow.
Oh, it'll burn all right.
Yeah, but it'll sputter and throw sparks out on the floor. Might catch the rug on fire. And it might spread to the curtains and the furniture.
What?
Why, shucks, the whole house might go up in a blaze. Might even touch off the house next door. Oh, my God.
McGee, what are you doing?
Well, throw the piano out the window. We can save that. You run up and get your jewelry. I'll call the fire department.
Dear. Heavenly days. Stop it. There isn't any fire.
Huh? Oh, that's right. Boy, I should have been a salesman. I can convince myself at almost anything.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Come in.
Delivery for you, lady. Bonton Department Store. Okay, Joe, bring it in.
Oh, my.
Hey, look at that, will you, Molly? Wonder who sent us that.
Search me. The name's on the inside, no doubt. Well, thank you, boys, and a Merry Christmas to you.
Thanks, lady. Same to you and many others.
Heavenly days. What a whopping big package. Wonder what's in it.
Well, what do you say we see who it's from? Might as well find out now.
Oh, look, McGee. Here's the card on the wrapping.
Well, who sent it to us?
Oh, it isn't ours.
Huh?
It's addressed to Mr. Gildersleeve. They delivered it to the wrong house.
No, but now look, maybe it's really ours, and they got Gildersleeve's name on it by mistake. Huh?
Now, listen, don't be silly. Don't unwrap it any farther now. My goodness.
No, sirree. I've started it, and now I'm going to see what it is. We can wrap it up again later. Where's the scissors? I got to cut this string.
On the shelf in the hall closet.
Okay, in here?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody must have straightened up. Got to straighten up that closet one of these days.
Well, never mind that now. Bring the scissors and cut the string, if you must. And I don't think we should. But if we have to, hurry up. I want to see what's in it. Oh, for goodness sake. Look, McGee. A combination radio and phonograph. And beautiful, too.
Some stranger must think pretty highly of Gildersleeve.
How do you know it's a stranger?
Must be if he thinks highly of Gildersleeve. Oh, look, it's got an automatic record changer. Plays 8 records in succession.
Oh.
Let's try it.
You ought to try that one again.
Let's
now,
try
McGee,
it.
Huh?
Let's try it.
Oh, let's... No, dearie, that wouldn't be right. It isn't ours. Besides, we haven't got any records.
Oh, we got that broken one we just did. There's records inside the cabinet. Look.
Well, all right. I don't think Mr. Gildersleeve would mind, even if he knew, and he won't. You know how to run the thing? Looks pretty complicated.
Why, it's a cinch. All you got to do is put 8 records on this gadget here.
Yes.
Like that. Turn the volume on. Comes off. Set it for phonograph. Put the lever down. Insert a needle. Hey, plug the cord in the wall socket, Molly.
Okay. All set, McGee.
Ah, here she goes. Ah, now we can sit down and relax. Now for a half hour of uninterrupted music. That was... Hey.
Oh, McGee, shut it off, quick. Something's wrong.
Couldn't be. I know how to start this.
Oh. Oh, dear.
Hey.
Oh. Duck, McGee, duck. It's throwing the records at us.
Hey, reach in and shut it off.
I don't know how. Shut it off yourself.
It ain't mad at you. It's mad at me.
Oh, dear.
Hey. Oh, my gosh.
Listen, I'll sneak along the floor and pull the plug out.
Okay. Don't let it see you.
The whole thing fell apart.
Look at that pile of junk. We'll never get that put back together.
What are we going to do?
Oh, boy.
We'll never be able to explain to Mr. Gildersleeve what...
Oh, that's him now. Molly, don't answer the door.
What'll we do?
Oh, McGee!
Molly, there's only one thing to do. We got to get him a duplicate phonograph.
But where?
Same place this one came from. At the Bonton. Come on. Come on, we'll go out the back door. Oh, wait till I get my hat. Where's my hat?
In the hall closet.
I'll go bareheaded. Let's go. Out in front of the Bonton, Molly. We'll never be able to fight our way through that revolving door.
Well, we've got to try it, McGee. Huh? It's our duty. Kiss me and let's go.
Goodbye, Molly. And if I don't see you again inside, well, you've been a good wife, and I'm glad to have knew you.
Thank you, dearie. And remember, whichever of us fights his way through, he must carry on. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Goodbye. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Signal. 16, 19, 42, shift.
Hey, go.
Over here, Molly.
Oh, thank goodness you made it. Well, now that we're in, where do we go?
Search me. Maybe we better ask for a floor walker. Hey, floor walker?
Yes, sir.
Will you please tell us where we can buy a phonograph?
Why, certainly, madam. You'll find the phonograph. I think they're located in that department. What kind of a phonograph?
A combination phonograph and radio, Bud.
Oh, I think I know exactly. Let's see, 3 aisles over in the home for. Gosh, I hope you'll excuse me, folks. I seem to have the hiccup.
Hiccup?
Exactly. How did you know?
You had me fooled. I thought you swallowed a cactus. 3 aisles over, eh? Well, much obliged, Bud.
Oh, not at all, sir. Just ask for the manager of that department. The manager in charge of radios is Mr. Mr. George P. George. Ask for George.
Floor walker. Say, incidentally, McGee, have you thought of the cost of this outfit we're getting?
Yeah, but we got to do it anyway, Molly. We can arrange it on the budget plan.
Budget plan?
Yeah, you know, a life membership in the We Bit Off More Than We Could Chew club.
Hey, Fibber, Molly.
Who's that?
Sounds like Wilcox. I'd know that voice anyway. Oh, there he is. Hi, Harlow.
Hello, folks. Doing a little last-minute shopping?
Yes, we are. What have you got there, Mr. Wilcox?
Oh, this? Well, it's a Christmas present from the sponsor. I'm taking it up to get it framed.
Framed? What is it?
Well, now, that's a silly question, McGee. It must be a picture.
Oh, not necessarily. I'd like to frame Uncle Dennis, and he's no picture.
Oh, but this is a honey. Here, let me show you. There it is.
Oh, well, heavenly days. A life-size photograph of Mr. Wilcox with a can of Johnson's wax in each hand.
The beauty, isn't it? And just what I wanted.
Sure looks like you, Harlow. But maybe you can have it retouched.
It certainly is a speaking likeness.
Yes, sir. I almost expect to hear myself saying, Johnson's wax is the finest protection for floors and furniture that money can buy.
That's funny. I can hear you saying that, too.
And just look at those cans of wax there. Aren't they perfect?
Beautiful.
Why, it looks like you could take them right out of my hands and use them on the woodwork and lampshades and everything that needs a film of protection against wear and dampness and scratching.
But why 2 cans?
Ah, that's significant.
Yes?
On one hand, we have the paste wax, and on the other hand, the liquid wax is good, too. Well, look, it's the likeness of me that's so wonderful. Why, you'd almost expect me to step right out of the picture.
Well, why don't you?
Oh, all right. See you later, folks.
Go on, Harold. Merry Christmas.
What makes you so rude to Mr. Wilcox all the time? He's such a nice lad.
I know. I just throw that in for a dramatic conflict.
I see.
Look, we better go over this way, Molly. The car.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. What you doing down here in all this mob?
Oh, I just came in to look at the dolls.
That's fun, ain't it? Before I was married, I used to...
McGee.
You thinking of buying one, sis?
Oh, no. I was just looking at a new kind of a little doll is all.
Oh.
Maybe I can have one sometime if I'm a good girl. Though it's an awful price to pay, I sometimes think.
You think so, eh? Well, we got to be on our way, sis. It's nice to see you, and a Merry Christmas to you.
And the same to you, Mr. McGee, and you too, Mrs. McGee. Gee, it's been nice seeing you. You're such nice people.
We are?
Sure you are, I betcha. You're always so nice to little girls like me.
Oh, well, shucks, sis.
You know, when I was looking at that new kind of a little dolly, I said to myself, sis, I said, I bet you if Mr. McGee was here and saw that this doll was $2.95 and I only had $2, I bet you he'd buy it for me. Just like, gee, I wish I could snap my fingers.
What's so special about this particular doll, sis?
Oh, gee, it holds things in its hands. It's got electric magnets here.
Tism.
Here, too.
Huh?
Hmm?
I'll let it go.
I'll have to, I guess. I only got $2. But, gee, I shouldn't be telling you my troubles, mister. You're so big and important, you probably got your own troubles, I bet you. Well, goodbye.
Oh, hey, wait a minute, sis. Wait a minute. Here. Here's extra buck. Now you go get that doll.
Oh, mister, thanks ever so much. This is wonderful. It's just these little things that restore a woman's faith in human nature. Yeah, I never expected you to do a thing like this.
You didn't, eh?
No, I didn't have you pegged for more than 2 bits.
Hey, Molly, look, here's a radio just like the one that came for Gildersleeve.
Oh, that's perfect. Now, if we can only find a salesman...
Have you been waited on, folks?
We'll take this radio phonograph, Bud. Can we get it sent out special tonight, right away? It's an emergency.
Have you an account with this store, sir?
No, but we'll take this machine on your budget plan.
Very well. Now, if you'll sit down here and answer a few questions. Name?
Fibber McGee, 79 Wistful Vista.
Have you any other accounts in the city?
No, we haven't. We always pay cash.
Oh, that's bad. You can't expect to have good credit if you always pay cash. Where do you do your banking?
Where do we do our banking?
Yes.
The Corn Exchange and Skip the Wisecrack.
I see. Well, I'm sure it'll be all right. Now, the price of the machine you're purchasing is $450.
No!
$450? Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute there, Jeannie with the light brown bald spot. We can't afford
that, however, includes 2 packages of needles for the phonograph.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah. Sounded a little steep there for a minute. How about this budget plan, Bud?
Oh, that. Well, we prorate the $450, plus sales tax, of course, over a period of, say, 18 months.
Right.
Let me see. With carrying charges, 12% financing and another 14% to demurrage, 5% to cabbage.
Cabbage?
Yes, when we repossess it, we always take a cab. Let me see. 531, decimal point, 23.
Decimal point? You mean decimal point, don't you, Scrooge?
You'll find it dismal in this case. Here we are. All worked out. You bring in $29.52 on the 15th of every month.
Okay, Bud, okay. Now, look, we got to get this machine out right away. There's a fellow waiting for it.
I'll take care of that, folks. Don't worry. There's a truck leaving for your neighborhood in just a few minutes. Hey, Charlie, Herman, load this radio on the truck and get it right out.
Much obliged, Bud.
Now, wait a minute. Huh? I just thought of something.
Yes, Mrs. McGee?
You said we have to make this payment on the 15th of every month. Now, what if the 15th should come on a Sunday?
Oh, I never thought of that. Let's make it the 14th of every month.
That's better. Come on, Molly.
All right.
The King's Men, in the spirit of Christmas, sing Home Sweet Home.
this radio put, lady?
Well, just set it anywhere, boys.
Yeah, much obliged, fellas. Nice of you to get it out here so quick.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay, Doc. Ain't it, Hoyman? Yeah.
Well, what are you waiting for? Oh, McGee, we haven't wished them a Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Merry Christmas, fellas.
Thanks. Is that all?
McGee.
Huh? Oh, yes. A Happy New Year, too, fellas. Must be tired. Well, let's take the wrappings off now.
No. Leave them on. Then when Mr. Gildersleeve comes in, it'll be off.
Is that him? Let me look. Oh, no. It's only the Duchess of Uppington.
Duchess?
Yeah. That's one of her dukes banging on the door.
Come in.
Yuletide greetings, Mrs. McGee and Mr. McGee.
Oh, same to you, Uppy. And say, thanks for that Christmas present you sent me.
Oh, Mr. McGee, you've unwrapped those cigars already.
Oh, I didn't have to unwrap them, Uppy. They came right out of the wrappers by themselves.
Oh, I do hope you enjoy them. I went to a lot of trouble drying those cigars in the oven just so they'd burn better.
Oh, you did you?
Yes. Oh, I do hope you liked them, Mr. McGee.
Uppy, I can't tell you what I think of those cigars.
I knew you would like them. You see, my grandfather brought them from Puerto Rico in 1847. Yes, and he only smoked the best, you know.
Say, when your grandfather settled here, he owned most of this town, didn't he, Abigail?
Yes, I believe he did, my dear. Most of the land was acquired by Croucher's rights, I believe.
Don't you mean squatters' rights?
Well, yes, Mr. McGee, but Crouch seems so much more refined than squat.
Can't you just see her as a little girl, McGee, playing crouch tag?
Well, I must go now. William is, that is Mr. Mills, asked me to order 12 quarts of milk for tomorrow morning.
12 quarts of milk?
Yes. He's bringing over a few friends to drink my health on Christmas Day.
Ah, isn't that nice? That's very temperate of them, too, to drink your health in milk.
Yeah, they can't be musicians. Well, who are they, Uppy?
Oh, I didn't get the names of all of them, but two of them are very old friends of Mr. Mills.
Oh, that's all.
Yes, Tom and Jerry. Good night.
You know, McGee, she's a very good-hearted woman at heart.
Yeah, I know. I heard the only reason she's so lightheaded is her father was a feather merchant down in Kentucky.
He was?
Yeah. He was weighed down upon the Swanee River.
Oh.
Don't you get it, Molly? I says he was a feather merchant and weighed down upon the...
funny, McGee.
I was kind of tickled by that feather merchant myself. Oh, well, what's this?
Come in.
Oh, there, folks. Say, did the Bonton department store leave a package here for me? There it is.
Yeah, it just come a few moments ago, Gildersleeve.
Good thing it didn't come before, too, because we were out.
Well, I'm certainly glad it finally got here. You see, I told the Bonton if I wasn't at home to bring it over here, McGee.
I don't suppose you ever stopped to think, Gildersleeve, that we might not care to have your Christmas junk all over our living room.
Now, McGee, for goodness sake.
Well, I don't care. Next time he expects a ton of merchandise, let him stay home and get it.
No, look here, McGee.
I won't look here. All year long I've took your petty little annoyances, Gildersleeve. You'd think at least on Christmas you'd leave us in peace. Now take your dad-ratted package and go on home.
You're a hard man, McGee. But I'll go. But let me wish you a Merry Christmas. Both of you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. The same to you. And don't forget your package.
Well, it isn't mine.
Oh, no? Well, whose is it?
It's yours, McGee. I was giving you that for Christmas.
Oh, dear.
You mean you... Oh, look, Gildersleeve, I never realized it. I mean...
No, he never realized, Mr. Gildersleeve. But I'll keep reminding him on the 14th of every month.
I didn't know, Gildersleeve. I'm a rat, Gildersleeve. A triple-plated 14-carat fur-lined rabbit-eared rat. I had no excuse for popping off like that. Let alone to you, my best friend. Why do people act like that? especially at this time of year. I'm sorry, Gil. I apologize.
Oh, that's all right, McGee. No hard feelings. Well, why don't you unwrap it and see what it is?
I wonder what it could be.
You unwrap it, Gildersleeve. Surprise us.
All right, by George, I will, McGee.
You can open your eyes now, McGee. Look.
Say, a combination radio and phonograph. Gee, that's wonderful, Gildersleeve. Thanks a million.
Isn't it wonderful?
I thought you'd like it, folks.
Yeah.
I've got one just like it myself.
Yeah?
Wonderful machines. Plays 8 records in succession.
Not really.
Well, what do you know?
Here, let me show you. All you have to do is put the records on here.
Yeah.
I turn on the volume. And be sure the needle is tight.
Now watch this closely, dearie.
Yeah.
You turn it on here and relax for a half hour of lovely music. My goodness, what's that?
Oh. Look out, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come on under the table with us, Gildersleeve.
What's the idea? Oh! It threw a record at me, McGee. Move over, you two. Oh, my goodness, this is terrible. How did you happen to think of getting under here so quick?
Oh, this is where we always go. Look out, Gildersleeve. What?
Many of you this evening have interrupted your Christmas Eve activities to listen to Fibber, McGee, and Molly. Perhaps you've just enjoyed a holiday feast spread out on a gleaming wax-polished tabletop. Or perhaps you're in the midst of that most pleasant of all Christmas duties, wrapping your gifts and placing them under the tree on the wax-protected living room floor. Before Fibber and Molly return, may I say just a word for our sponsors, the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. I'd like to express their appreciation for your loyalty during the past year, both to their products and to this program. And to wish you one and all a very Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we say goodnight, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. From Molly and me and all our cast.
Our cast isn't all here, dearie.
What you mean?
Well, where's Nick DePopulis and Horatio K. Boomer and the old timer?
Oh, him. He went to Chicago to spend the holidays with his folks. Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Some of you may be getting new cars for Christmas if you've been very, very good. But any one of you could have had a new-looking car at very little cost and with very little work. Wouldn't it be more fun driving a bright, shiny automobile, one that's wax-polished with Johnson's Car New? This sensational new auto polish both cleans and wax polishes in one easy operation in half the time it used to take. Ask your dealer for Johnson's Car New, spelled C-A-R-N-U. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Cavalcade of America, presented by DuPont, maker of better things for better living through chemistry. At a time of gift-giving and sharing that makes all the world kin, the Cavalcade of America brings you as its gift the simple and moving story of the beliefs of a devout people. One of America's most beloved plays, The Green Pastures. We choose it because it's above the temporary madness that engrosses the earth. As you hear The Green Pastures unfold, we hope that it will help you find the peace within that the world without temporarily lacks. It's been 10 years since Mark Connolly found inspiration for The Green Pastures in Rourke Bradford's book, Old Man Adam and His Children. On the stage and later on the screen, this play and music has brought exaltation and joy to millions of men, women, and children who found in it an expression of the overwhelming faith of the human spirit. At this holiday season, DuPont presents on the Cavalcade of America the first radio performance of The Green Pastures by Mark Connolly with the music of the Hall Johnson Choir. Sunday morning in a sleepy Louisiana town, a corner in the Negro church, 10 children and an elderly preacher.
And the seventh day the Lord rested. Now, children, that's the general idea of what the Bible's like.
What the world look like when the Lord began Mr. D-Sheriff?
How you mean what it looked like?
Carl, I mean who was in New Orleans then.
Yeah, there was nobody in New Orleans on account there was no New Orleans. Now, there wasn't nothing on the earth at all. Case for the reason there wasn't nothing except heaven.
Who was around then? Nothing but angels?
Mm-hmm. Angels and cherubs. All day long they had picnics and fish fries and bile custards and 10-cent cigars for the A-dubs. And heaven being the Lord's pet place, he'd fixed it up nice. Yes, sir, I bet that was a grand place, all right. With all them fish fries.
Give Lord the glory, glory, rise and shine. Give Lord the glory, glory, rise and shine. Give God the glory, glory for the hero to
Hurry up, Cager. The chef got crying for more fish.
They're coming fast as we can. They gotta be catched, ain't they? We can't just say, come on, fish, hop in the pot.
You seen that baby of mine around here?
There he is, sitting up there on that cloud.
I declare, that baby must got him flooded in. You fly down here. You want me putting the sin book? Now, you heard me. I'm going to fly up there and shut you down.
Well, you better get him down here quick, sister, because here come Gable.
Good morning, Angel. Good morning. I wonder, can I interrupt the fish fry and give out the Sunday school cure?
Yeah.
All right, Cherub. Fly right over here by me. Now then, Cherubs, why is you here?
Because we're so good.
That's right. Now, who's the big boss?
Our dear Lord.
That's right. Now, here's your card. Oh, wait a minute. Gangway. Gangway for the Lord God Jehovah.
Is you been baptized?
Thank you, Lord.
Is you been baptized?
Thank you, Lord.
Is you been baptized?
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Do you bow mighty low?
Thank you, Lord.
Do you bow mighty low?
Thank you, Lord.
Do you bow mighty low?
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Let the fish fry proceed.
Little bi-custard Lord.
Thank you kindly. This looks nice. How the fish fry going?
Fine dandy.
Well, why don't you shouters give us one of them old-time jump-ups?
Anything you say, Lord. So high.
My God is so high, you can't get over him, it's so low. You can't get under him, it's so wide. You can't get around him, you must come in. I'm through and he's so.
What's the matter, Lord? I ain't just sure yet. There's something about this custard. I can taste the eggs and the sugar, but, I know what it is. It needs just a little bit more firmament.
It's all the firmament we had, Lord. Ain't another drop left in the jug.
That's all right. I'll just ride back and pass a miracle. Let it be some firmament. And when I say let it be some firmament, I don't want just a little bitty dab. Let it be a whole mess of firmament. That's the way I like it.
Lord, the chest is getting all wet.
Oh, my. Then we got to make a place to drain it off.
And look at Leonetta. She's wet to the skin.
You angels keep quiet, and I'll pass another miracle. That's always the trouble with miracles. When you pass one, you got to ride back and pass another. Let there be a place to drain off this firmament. Let there be mountains and valleys, and let there be rivers and bayous to drain it off in, too. As a matter of fact, let there be the earth.
Do you see it, Lord?
Yes, Gable.
Looks mighty nice, Lord.
Yes.
That make mighty nice farming country.
It's a good earth. It ought to have somebody to enjoy it. Gable?
Yes, Lord.
I'm going down there.
Yes, Lord.
You be my working boss here while I'm gone. You know that matter, them 2 stars?
Yes, Lord.
Get that fixed up. And that sparrow that fell a little while ago? I'm going to pass one more miracle. One of the most important miracles of all. Let there be man. Good morning, son.
Good morning, Lord.
What's your name, son?
Adam.
Mm-hmm. Let me look at you. Adam, you was a nice job. But wait a minute. There's something missing. I know what it is. You needs a family.
Yes, sir. What is a family, Lord?
I'm going to show you. Eve.
Yes, Lord.
Now, you's all right, Eve. Eve, take care of this man. Adam, you take care of this woman. You belongs to each other. Drink the water from the little brooks and eat the food that's hanging for you in the trees. That is, in all but one tree. That one. There.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
I got to be getting along now. I got 100,000 things to do before you take your next breath. Just be the kind of children I want you to be.
Turn around, don't you let nobody turn you out, keep away from King Tree. Don't you let nobody turn you around, turn you around, turn you around. Don't you let nobody turn you out, keep away from King Tree.
There. I guess that's about all important business this morning, Lord.
Ain't there nothing you was to remind me of, Gable?
The prayers, Lord.
The prayers?
For mankind, you know, down on the earth.
Oh, yeah, the poor little earth. I ain't been down there since that rascal Cain killed his brother Abel. Maybe I ought to go down again. I need a little holiday.
Might do you good, Lord.
I think it will. What time is it by the sun and the stars?
Just exactly 1:30, Lord.
Well, take care of yourself. I'll be back Saturday.
Oh, there's no hiding place down there. Oh, I went to the rock.
nice. Nice and quiet. That's the way I like Sunday to be.
Where is my sweet man? Where can he be?
Now, that ain't so good.
Sweet man?
Here, stop that.
What's the matter with you, country boy? Where is my sweet man?
Don't you know that this is the Sabbath? That's no kind of song to sing on the Lord's Day.
Who cares about the Lord's Day anymore? People just use Sunday now to get over Saturday.
You's an awful sassy little gal.
I come from sassy people. Who even speaks mean of the dead.
Ain't nobody ever told you you're on the road to hell?
Sure, that's what the preacher says. But I happen to know that at the present time, I'm on the road to the picnic grounds waiting for my sweet papa. Yeah, he is now.
Hello, sugar. Who's your traveling man?
What's your name, son?
Soap and water, country boy.
What is your name, son?
Carrying the six.
I was afraid so. Is the other young men's all like you?
The gals don't think so. Come on, let's go, sugar. So long, Hot Pocket.
Where's my sweet man? Where's
Bad business. Bad. The birds is going about their business all right. Yeah, that's fine. And how are you little flowers making out?
We okay, Lord.
Yeah, and you looks very pretty. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Lord.
It's only the human beings that makes me downhearted.
Oh, Lord, I got to get them groceries. Please, please, please.
Well, now, this is more like it. It's nice to see people on their knees praying, even if it is outdoors.
Oh, Lord, the smoke's house is empty. Oh, Lord, let me see that little six. Well, there she is, friend.
Gambling. Here, let me look at them. And with frozen dice.
Get out the way, old big boy.
Come on, I got for you.
I'd rather have my earth peopled with a bunch of channel catfish than I would with mankind and his sin. I just can't stand sin.
Morning, brother. Can I walk along with you?
Why, certainly. I declare, you look like a good man.
I try to be. I'm the preacher here. I don't think I seen you at the meeting.
Well, I just come to town a little while ago, and I've been pretty busy. What's your name?
My name's Noah, brother. My house right over yonder. That's my wife standing on the porch.
Good morning, sister.
Morning, brother. You preacher, too?
I am, in a way.
Then you got to stay for dinner. It'll be ready in about 5 minutes.
Hurry on now, honey.
I'll just go out round the back and call Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Won't take long.
They's our sons. They live just across the way.
You got a fine wife, Noah. And you is a good man. I wishes there was more people like you.
The town is top-heavy with sinners. The whole district's wide open. You know that makes for loose living.
Noah, what's the most rain you ever had round these parts?
Well, last April, the water come down for 6 days' study, and the river got so swole it bust down the levee up above Freeport.
What would you say was it to rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
I'd say that was a complete rain.
Noah, you don't know who I is, do you?
Your face looks easy, but I don't think I recall it. Oh, Lord. I should have seen the glory.
Noah, I'm going to destroy this world, but not your family. Now, look here. I want you to build me a boat, and I want it to look like this. And I want you to call it the Ark. And when it's done, I want you to take 2 of every kind of animal and bird that's in the country. Take seeds and sprouts. Put them on that Ark. Let there be a deluge. Now, we're going to start all over again.
That how the Lord sent the flood, Mr. Dishay?
Chillin', the rain poured down for 40 days and 40 nights. Then when mankind got to going again, for a while he was pretty good. But doggone if he could stay good. It wasn't long before the Lord looked down, and there was mankind just as uppity as ever. And that made the Lord feel sad. Then one day he got an idea. He was sitting in his office talking with Gabriel.
Gabriel, I'm going to try a new scheme. Send in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
They's on the way, Lord.
You run along, Gabe. Oh, wait a minute. You're going near the big pit this morning.
I could go.
Just lean over the brink and tell Satan he's a plain fool if he think he can beat me.
Okay, Lord. Then I'll spit right in his eye. Come in, gentlemen. You's all expected.
Good morning, Lord.
Morning. Sit down and make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you, Lord.
Boys, I've been going along on the principle that mankind was something like angels. You could give him something and then let him enjoy it. But he ain't built that way. You're up here because you were good and kept busy. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give your descendants the best piece of property in the world, if they's willing to work for it. Now, who does you think is the best man to put in charge down there?
As you want the brainiest or the holiest, Lord?
I want the holiest. I'll make him brainy.
My great-great-great-great-great-grandson Moses is a nice boy, Lord.
I know he is. I had him in mind all along. Moses, can you hear me in your heart? I want you to lead your people out of bondage and into the land of Canaan.
Moses? I don't know. 40 years leading you, and now I can't seem to walk no further. Joshua.
Yes, Moses?
What's the news from the scouts?
Good news. The River Jordan is right ahead, and Jericho is just on the other side. Moses, we are there.
Joshua, you was going to get the fighting men together and take that city before sundown.
It's a big city, Moses, with walls all around it. We ain't got enough men.
The Lord will take charge, Joshua. Tell the priest to march around the walls 3 times, and then to blow on them ram horns.
What about you, Father Moses?
I'm staying behind. The Lord's got his plans for me. Goodbye, Aaron. Goodbye, brother. Goodbye. Now I'm all alone.
No, you ain't, Moses.
Oh, Lord. It's you. Now I guess my work is done.
Moses, you've been a good man. I ain't going to do you out of what's coming to you. Come on. You and me's going up this hill to your own promised land.
Oh, but Lord, we can't be doing this.
Of course we can.
But Joshua and the fighting men. I told them to march around the walls of Jericho. The priests and the ram's horns are blowing, and then the Lord would tell them what to do.
That's all right. He's there. Listen, Moses. I'll show you how he's helping them.
Did it, Lord. They's in the land of Canaan at last. But wait a minute. If the Lord is with them, who is this here helping me up the hill?
Your faith. Your God.
Oh, Lord. You is everywhere, ain't you, Lord?
Come on, old man.
Oh, children, it did. Soon as they owned the land of Canaan, the people went to the dogs again. They built the wicked city of Babylon. And that was too much for the Lord to take. That was way too much. And one day he couldn't stand it no longer. And when Gabriel came into his office, the Lord was mad, powerful mad. But when the Lord was the God of wrath and vengeance, then nobody could be that.
What's the matter, Lord?
It's that old world down there. Sin. Nothing but sin. Every time I've forgiven them, they've mocked me. Now listen, you children of darkness. Your Lord is tired. Tired of the struggle to make you worthy of the breath I gave you. So I renounce you. Listen to the words of your Lord God, Jehovah, for these are the last words you'll ever hear from me. I repent of these people I have made, and I'll deliver them no more.
I hate to see you take on this way, Lord. You look so blue sitting there at your desk.
Gabriel, even being God ain't no bed of roses. Keep quiet now. I'm listening.
Listening to what, Lord?
To a man down on that earth.
Who is he, Lord?
He's just one of the soldiers fighting to defend the walls of Jerusalem. They call him Hezdo. But to me, he's Adam, too. Oh, why does he keep thinking I'm going to help him?
Because you want him to, Lord.
But
Because you want him to, Lord. Because you want him to, Lord.
But I said no. Stop your talking to me, Hezdo. Do you hear? Keep your eyes out for the enemy. Don't keep looking up to heaven that way. You's puzzling me. Don't you know you can't puzzle God? Hezdo, you want me to come down there very much? I'll tell you what I'll do. I ain't going to promise you nothing. I ain't going to do nothing to help you. I'm just feeling a little low. And I'm only coming down to make myself feel a little better. That's all. I'm going down to earth again, Gabe. I'm going to talk with him.
Halt. Who is you?
Hello, Hezdo. I'm just an old preacher from back in the hills.
Well, what you doing here?
I heard you boys was fighting to hold Jerusalem. I just wanted to see how it was going.
Well, it ain't going so good.
They got you scared, huh?
Listen, preacher, we ain't scared. We're going to be killed, but we ain't scared.
How is it that you were so brave?
Is we got faith. That's why.
But God say he abandoned everyone down here.
Who dare say that? Who dare say that of the Lord God of Hosea?
The God of Hosea? Who's he?
How come you so puzzled?
I don't know. Maybe I just don't hear things. You see, I live way back in the hills. Ain't the God of Hosea the same Jehovah that was the God of Moses?
No, that old God of wrath and vengeance. We have the God that Hosea preached to us. He's the one God.
Who's he?
The God of mercy.
Well, Hezdo, don't you think there must be the same God?
I don't know. Maybe there is. Of course, the God of Moses made Hosea. And I suppose Hosea never would have found what mercy was unless there was been a little in God, too. Anyway, he ain't a fearsome God no more. Hosea showed us that.
How you suppose Hosea found that mercy?
The only way he could find it. The only way I found it. The only way anyone can find it.
How's that?
Through suffering.
They can't lick you, can they?
I knows they can't. You better get back to your preacher if you want to carry the news to the people. It's almost daylight.
You want me to take any message?
Tell the people in the hills, there ain't nobody like the Lord God of Hosea.
Thank you, Hezdo. Thank you.
For what?
For telling me so much. If they kills you tomorrow, I'll bet that God of Hosea'll be waiting for you.
I know he will.
Yes. Goodbye. I guess I was gone so long, I was just way behind the times.
Want the angels to stop singing, Lord?
No, Gabe, no. Let them sing.
They all heavy-hearted, Lord. Case you feel so sad. They think it must be something serious.
It is serious, Gabriel.
Quiet, angels. Lord, is the time come for me to blow the trumpet?
No, not yet. I'm thinking about something Hesdra said. How he and Hosea found something.
What, Lord?
Mercy. Through suffering, he said.
Yes, Lord.
I'm trying to find it, too. It's awful important. Important to all the people on my earth. Did he mean that even God must suffer? Open the pearly gates. I want to look down on the earth again.
Oh, look at him.
They're going to make him carry that cross up that high hill.
They're going to nail him to it.
Oh, that's a terrible burden for one man to carry.
Yes. That's what he had in mind.
The Cavalcade of America extends warmest thanks to Mark Connolly, the Hall Johnson Choir, and to Juano Hernandez, who portrayed the role of Delord on our presentation of America's beloved spiritual fable, The Green Pastures. And to the great American family, the 76,000 members of the DuPont Company send their sincerest wishes of the season and ask you to join in counting the many blessings which belong to all of us. The blessing that there is such a time as Christmas, and the blessing of peace and goodwill in the hearts of our American people.
And now an announcement about next week's program.
Next week, the Cavalcade of America brings you an original radio presentation of the story of Will Rogers, written by his friend, biographer, and impersonator, Cal Tinney, who will be the star of our broadcast. Speaking for the DuPont Company, your announcer is Clayton Collier on the Cavalcade of America.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Holiday greetings from Hollywood. As a special feature of the Christmas Caravan, the Columbia Broadcasting System presents the 8th annual Yuletide broadcast by those two lovable old fellows from Pine Ridge, Lum and Abner. It was was in 1933 that Lum and Abner first told their simple story of nativity. The tale of a humble event in Pine Ridge, which reflected the glory of Bethlehem's wondrous miracle. And since 1933, they have answered the request of their many friends by retelling the story each Christmas Day. As Christmas 1940 rolled round, Lum and Abner were taking a well-earned leave of absence from their long series of broadcasts. But they were more than happy to accept Columbia's invitation to appear again and to extend their Christmas greetings in the way which has become a tradition. So for Lum and Abner's annual Christmas story, let's go see what's happening down at Pine Ridge. Well, all business and other activities have been cast aside in Pine Ridge today. A heavy snow has fallen, and it's now after dark. Three old fellows, Lum, Abner, and Grandpappy Spears, are trudging through the snow on a real Christmas mission. Listen.
You're sure we're headed right now, you Grandpa? Yeah, I know this is the way, Abner. Doc Miller rode his horse over here. You can see his tracks there in the snow. Well, it must be the old Gaddis place, then. Yeah, that's just about where it's at. But there ain't nothing but the barn left over there. That house burnt down 2 or 3 years ago. Well, Doc says it's due east from that road where we turned off. Due east? Now, which way is east? I ain't paid no attention to the direction. Wait a minute. Whereabouts is the East Star? There it is, right ahead of us. We're going right, men. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we can just follow the East Star. Yeah. That ought to lead us to it. How did you find out about these folks, Grandpap? Well, Doc Miller and his woman had Christmas dinner over at our place, and we sitting there visiting after we got done eating, and the telephone rung, told Doc to get right on over here. Well, who done the calling? Oh, some feller named Joseph something or another. I forget what he did call his name. He'd went over to some neighbor's house to call. Well, said they'd been into the county seat to pay their taxes, and there weren't no room at the hotel, so they just come out here to this old barn to spend the night. Well, now, this ain't fitting weather to have to stay out in no barn. And they said they was sort of expecting the baby to be born tonight, huh? Yeah, that's the reason they called Doc Miller. What's the matter, Abner? Doggies, my arms is getting hard. Well, here, let me carry them blankets a while, and you can carry this oil heater. Is that box of groceries getting heavy, Grandpap? No, I'm all right, Lum. We ought to be there directly anyhow. Yeah, sure, this snow tired the body out walking through it, you know it. Yeah, well, maybe we were walking a little fast for you, Abner. Here, you take the lantern, too. Yeah. Yeah, sure, it is mighty sorry of you fellas to come over here at night this way. I sort of hate to call you to get out on Christmas, but after Doc left, me and the woman got to talking about how pitiful it was that couple was having to stay out here in this barn with nothing to eat and all. Well, I'm just glad you called me, Grandpap. I'm just proud of a chance to help. Yeah, this makes it seem more like Christmas to me, doing for somebody else. Sure. You know, you just can't do things to make others happy without making yourself happy at the same time. Trouble with a lot of us, we sort of lose the Christmas idea altogether. Think too much about ourselves. The real Christmas spirit is the happiness we get out of making others happy. Yeah. There we was now, sitting there at home. Thought we was enjoying ourselves. These folks out here spending Christmas in an old barn this way. No, there just wouldn't have been no Christmas to it if you hadn't have called us up, Grandpap. Well, I knowed I could depend on you fellas. Now, if it's the old Gaddis place, we ought to be able to see it from the top of this hill here. Wait a minute. I believe that's the barn yonder, ain't it? Yeah, that's where they're at. Sure were. Well, that's due east from where we was at, all right, for there's the East Star right over the top of the barn. Yeah, there's Doc's horse tied to the fence there. This is the place. See the light shining through the cracks in the wall. Well, sure, it's just a shame them folks never let some of us know if they needed a place to stay. We've got plenty of room over at the place. Just been glad to have them. Well, this man that called Doc said they was looking for a place to stay and see this barn weren't being used, so they just put up there for the night. Whereabouts do they live, Grandpap, did he say? Why, yeah, they're from over about Pleasant Valley, Summers. Pleasant Valley, yeah. He told Doc he never had no cash money, taking every nickel he had to pay his taxes, but said if he'd make the call, he'd work it out quick as he could. Well, old Doc never refused a call in his life, I don't reckon. No. I've knowed him to get up in the dead of night, in the worst kind of weather, to go call on the sick when he knowed before he went he never would get no pay. Oh, yeah. I don't know what we'd do without old Doc here in this community. Whilst there's some that says his methods is a little old-fashioned, but Granny's I'll take my chances with him every time. Well, he's pulled me through the shadows time and again. Well, I've always said Doc never practiced medicine for what money he got out of it, as much as he does for the good he can be to his fellow man. No, sir, if there ever was a man that's got a preserved seat in the better world, it's old Doc Miller. Well, here, we better not be talking too loud, fellas. We don't want to disturb them none. No. Let's all be as quiet as we can. Let's see, we gotta let Doc know we're here some way or other. I reckon it won't hurt nothing to tap on the door, sort of gentle. No, go ahead. They might be needing this oil stove on. I don't believe you knocked quite loud enough on them. I don't hear a sound in there. Well, maybe they never heard you. Wait a minute. Here comes somebody to the door. Yeah, howdy, Doc.
Oh, hello there. Well, what are you three old codgers doing out here this time of the night?
Well, we just got to thinking after you left, Doc, these folks might be needing something. Yeah, Doc, we brung a oil stove and some bed covers here. And here's a box of groceries.
Well, they're certainly needing them. They haven't any kind of heat in there at all. Using what little hay was left for a bed, I piled it all up in the manger and made a pretty good bed, but now these covers will come in awful handy.
How's the lady, Doc?
Why, getting along as well as could be expected, Lum. Well, here, I'll take these things on in and have her husband light this heater and warm the place up a little. You men had better stay out here for a while.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead, Doc. We'll wait out here. Is there anything we can do, Doc? Let us know.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, Doc, what kind of work does this feller do?
Oh, he said a while ago that he was a carpenter by trade, Lum. Said he'd been out of work quite a while, though. Well, here, I better get back a bit.
Yeah. Said he was a carpenter, huh?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, Abner, we've been talking about building that loading platform at the back door of the store there. I believe it'd be a pretty good idea to get this fellow to help us. Yeah, that's a good idea, Long. And we might get him to do a little fixing up in the store, too. Well, he'll want to be near his wife and baby for a few days now. Quick as Doc thinks it's safe for him to be moved, I'm going to insist on him coming right on over there to our place and staying. Well, that'd be the best place in the world for him, Grandpap. Aunt Charity could take care of him better than anybody I know. Oh, yeah, she'd get a sight of enjoyment out of looking after the baby. Just loves children. Oh, Lord, that woman of yours, Grandpap, has mothered every young'un in the community. Yes, sir, I was just thinking here, fellas. Here we are, 3 old codgers getting along in years, standing around out here waiting for a little baby to be born. It's sort of like as if we was waiting for somebody to take our place. Well, of course, we don't like to talk about such things, but now we've just about served our time, I reckon. Yeah, won't be long before we'll have to move on. There'll be somebody else to take our place. Yeah, they'll soon forget about us, Lord. It's sort of like the years. Here, 1940's almost gone. There's been a lot of things happen, but they'll soon be forgot. There's been lots of joys and happiness. And on the other hand, there's been lots of heartaches and lots of blasted hopes.
But there's a new year coming, and we'll all get to start all over again. Here'll come 1941, bringing new hope and new courage. And we're sort of like the years, us three old fellas. We're sort of like 1940. We're waiting on 1941. The little baby in yonder.
Well, it's just like I've always said, when I believe somebody's coming to the door. Oh, maybe it's Doc. Maybe it's Doc.
Any news yet, Doc?
Well, men, it's a fine baby boy.
And so we take leave of Pine Ridge. And in behalf of the Columbia Broadcasting System, I want to thank you, Lum and Abner, for coming down here tonight to bring us your Christmas story.
Granny, don't thank us, Lou. We're just proud to do it.
Why, sure.
Fact is, it just wouldn't seem like Christmas without us all getting together again this way. Gives us an opportunity to thank all our friends for the many nice letters they wrote us since we went off the air. And to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
And the same to you, Lum and Abner. I know we're all anxiously waiting for you to get that Jot 'em Down store open for business again. This is Lou Crosby speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Author's Playhouse. Presenting O. Henry's imperishable masterpiece, Christmas by Injunction. Author's Playhouse, NBC's popular Sunday night dramatic series, brings you radio adaptations of the best in the field of short stories. Selections from the works of those dead and living who were and are acknowledged masters of their craft. To the reader of short stories, O. Henry needs no introduction. No one knew better than he the art of holding his reader in suspense.
And then, with the last few words revealing his plot in its entirety, Rachel Lindsay wrote of him, he always worked a triple hinge surprise to end the scene and make one rub his eyes. Tonight's tale of Christmas in the winning camps of the Young West is no exception. Authors Playhouse presents O. Henry's Christmas by Injunction.
Take this jug along with you, Cherokee. Ain't so much as an air bubble between what's in it and the corn.
Well, thank you, Thirsty. That's right neighborly of you.
It's good for snake bite if you get snake bit.
Hey, so one pies and fight each other, I reckon, eh?
Oh, Cherokee.
Oh, yes, Judge.
Is there nothing which we, your fellow citizens of Yellowhammer, can say or do to influence you to forsake your plans for departing from our midst?
I'm afeard not, Judge. No, my mind's made up.
But, Cherokee, you are the, shall I say, the civic father of Yellowhammer.
He sure is.
It was you who discovered the gold which was responsible for the establishment of our fair city.
I reckon that's a fact, Judge. One day when old Betsy here was dining on porch and prickly pear, I turned up that nugget. 30 ounces she was. 30 ounces, eh?
Yeah, but what Cherokee done? He didn't hold out on his friends.
No.
I was up in the Gila country when he got word to me about the strike he made.
For me, I was in Santa Fe, as busted as a 4-card diamond flush with a club draw to it.
Well, I, too, was financially embarrassed. Only temporarily, of course, when the gladsome tidings reached me in El Paso.
I was up on the Salt River, flattered in one of Mamacita Rosa's frijoles.
You see, Cherokee, merely because the fickle goddess turned her back on you for the moment is hardly sufficient cause for you to forsake your friend.
Oh, no, Judge, no. When my claim played out, it just played out. I'm much more than obliged to all of you for your kind offers made, but grub steak is all I need. The grub steak's what I got. I reckon I'll prospect up along in the Mariposas. And if I strike it up there, I'll most certainly pass the word along.
Yes, sure.
Thank you, boys.
If your mind's made up, I reckon it's made up. And there's nothing more we can say. But if Lady Luck don't see fit to warm her hands by your campfire up in the Mariposas, don't forget for a single minute you got friends here in Yellowhammer. Friends that's beholden to you.
Yes, sir, that's right. Indeed, yes, indeed, Cherokee. I speak for all when I say, I hope you will consider Yellowhammer in perpetual debt to you for bed, bacon and eggs, and hot water for shaving.
Thank you, gents, thank you. That's more than white here. Well, we better be getting. Move along, Bessie. Hi, Jack. Trinidad.
Well, go along, Cherokee.
Good luck.
Watch out for snakes, Cherokee.
Don't forget, Cherokee. Whatever call you may make upon us, the Yellowhammer will never forget. It's Romulus and Remus.
What day of the month is it getting to be?
What do you make it, Judge?
It is now December the 20th, gentlemen. The old year is fast approaching its inevitable descent into the limbo of things that have been.
Yeah, that's right, Judge.
Hey, gents, look who's here.
Baldy!
He just got in with the mail from Albuquerque, and he's got news of Cherokee.
Baldy, you old buzzard, step up and name your poet.
Hey, gents, don't mind if I do.
When was it old Cherokee headed out for the Mariposas?
Latter part of May, seems like.
Yes, what I made it. That means Cherokee's been gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months.
Gentlemen, let us hear the welcome tidings Baldy brings us of our long-absent friend.
The judge is right. Get to talking, Baldy.
Well, I'll do that, gents. Well, so what do I see in Albuquerque but Cherokee all embellished and festooned up like the Tsar of Turkey and lavishing money in bulk?
Wow.
Yes, sir. And him and me see the elephant and the owl.
Cherokee, he orders all bills C.O.D. Why, his pockets loaded looked like a pool table after a 15-ball run.
Cherokee must have struck payor.
Yeah.
Well, he's a square shooter, and I'm proud for him.
Seems like he had rambled down to Yellowhammer and set up around for his friends.
It seems that way.
Gentlemen, let us judge not too hastily, nor harshly.
Well, that's right, Judge. I'm a-coming to that. Boys, Cherokee strikes a 3-foot vein up in that Mariposa that I say is a trip to Europe to the count. Yes, sir. And he closes it out to a syndicate for $100,000 hasty dollars in cash.
Cherekee's smart. I've seen them veins pinch out the length of a pick handle.
And what do you think? Why, he buys himself a baby sealskin overcoat and a red sled. And what do you reckon he takes into his head to do next?
Chuck-a-luck?
No.
Bought a saloon?
No. Got married? No. You gents wouldn't never guess in a million years, so I'll tell you. Well? Cherokee took me to a room and showed me. He got that room plumb full of drums and dolls and skates and bags of candy and jumping jacks and whistles and such infantile truck.
He's went soft-headed. That's what he's done.
But pray continue, Baldy. We're all ears.
Well, sir, he's a-going to load up in his red sleigh. Now, wait a minute. Don't order the drinks yet. He's a-going to drive down here to Yellowhammer and give the kids of this here town, the biggest crying doll and little giant boy's tool chest blowout that was ever seen west of Cape Hatteras.
Well, I'm astonished. I'm speechless.
Baldy, didn't you tell him?
Well, no, I never exactly seen my way to. Why not? Cherokee had this Christmas mess already bought and paid for, and he was all flattered up with self-esteem over his ideas, so I never let on.
I cannot refrain from a certain amount of surprise that our friend Cherokee should possess such an erroneous conception of his, as it were, hometown.
Well, Cherokee's been gone from Yellowhammer most 7 months. Now, lots of things could happen in that length of time. How is he to know there ain't a single kid in this town? And so far as emigration's concerned, unexpected.
Come to think of it, it's funny some ain't drifted in.
Well, I reckon the town ain't settled enough yet to bring in the teething ring brigade.
Yeah, not only that. To top off these Christmas tree spurge of Cherokees, he's a-fixin' to give an imitation of Santa Claus. Why, sure. Why, he's got white wig and whiskers that disfigures him and makes him look like the pictures of this here William Cullen Longfellow in the poetry book. And a red suit of fur-trimmed underwear, 8-ounce gloves, and stand-up, lay-down, crocheted cap.
Well, Baldy, when does Cherokee allow to come over with his truck?
Morning before Christmas. Now, he wants you folks to have a room fixed up and a tree hauled and ready. But he said be sure and keep it a secret from the kids.
To think that the voice of childhood has never gladdened our city. The patter of restless little feet never consecrated its streets. Nowhere in Yellowhammer are there roguish, expectant eyes, ready to open wide at dawn of the enchanting day. Eager, tiny hands to reach for Santa's bewildering array of gifts. Elated, childish voicings of the season's joy.
That's right, Judge. Well, Cherokee also made mention he'd appreciate whatever assistance the women folks of Yellowhammer might care to render for his little soiree.
Well, there ain't but one female woman in town, Baldy. Miss Walker, the assayer.
That's right.
You forget Miss Fanchon Spangler in the troupe at the Opera House. An estimable lady, I'm sure.
Yeah, and if worse come to worst, maybe Miss Fanchon could play like she was a little girl for Cherokee, like she done in that show, The Miner's Bride.
No, Thirsty. Her performance was adequate, circumstances taken into consideration. But between her delineation and the visions of adolescence which fancy conjures as eligible recipients of Cherokee's bounty, there is a gulf. Yes, I may say a gulf.
This year meeting of the leading citizens of Yellowhammer for a mighty special reason.
Well, what is it?
Well, it'd be a disgrace to Yellowhammer if it throwed Cherokee down on his Christmas tree blowout.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, as for me, I'm going to see what can be done to give Santa Claus a square deal.
That's right. We're with you. My cooperation would be gladly forthcoming, Trinidad.
Thank you, Judge.
But I do not see... frankly, heretofore I have regarded the absence of children rather as a luxury. But in this instance, still I do not see...
Look at me, Judge, and you'll see old ways and me's with the fur on. I'm going to hitch up a team and rustle a load of kids for Cherokees down the chimney act if I got a robbing orphan aside.
Splendid, Trinidad. A splendid thought. I will accompany you.
Wiley Wilson and his old lady that's homesteading down Wild Horse Canyon has got a whole parcel of kids. Why, they could loan out a couple or so and never know they was gone.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit a Singletary over towards Wildcat Crossing. When old man Singletary cashed in his chips last summer, he left her with anyways a dozen or so young'uns, sorted sizes and ages.
What can we use all of me? Have no fear, gentlemen. When Trinidad and I return, we shall be accompanied by a bevy of laughing, carefree children. If the mountain refuses to come to Muhammad, behold, Muhammad will go to the mountain.
That's Whoa, Nib. Whoa, Nellie. Whoa. Whoa. This is Wiley Wilson's place, Judge.
Oh, yes.
I'll call him out. Oh, Wiley! Wiley Wilson!
I'm Wiley Wilson. Is there something I can do for you, gent?
Well, it's this-a-way, Mr. Wilson. We're from Yellowhammer, and we come kidnapping.
Kidnapping?
What? Just in a gentle sort of way, you might say, Mr. Wilson. Seems like one of our leading citizens is stung with a Santa Claus affliction, and, well, he's due in town tomorrow night with half the falderalls that's painted red and says Mama when you squeeze them.
In other words, Mr. Wilson, the season of the year having approximately arrived, during which it is the custom to bestow frivolous but oft appreciated gifts among the young...
Now, where we're between a hard spot and a rock is the youngest kid we got in Yellowhammer packs a .45 and a safety razor. So, consequent, we're mighty shy on somebody to say oh and aw when we light the candles on Christmas.
May I say, Mr. Wilson, we have discovered for the first time in our embryonic but progressive little city the inconvenience of the absence of adolescence.
So, partner, if you'll loan us a few kids, we guarantee to return them safe and sound on Christmas Day. And they'll come back all loaded down with a good time at Swiss Family Robinsons and cornucopias, red drums, and similar testimonials. Well, what do you say, Mr. Wilson?
I understand, and I don't reckon the need to detain you, gents. Me and the old woman's got 7 kids, so to speak, but running my mind over the bunch, I don't appear to hit upon none we could spare for you to take over to your doing.
But couldn't we perhaps divide them, Mr. Wilson? Say 4 for you and 3 for us. We should be happy to accept the leavings.
There ain't no leavings, gents, when they're yourn.
Oh, me.
No, gents, thank you kindly, but I can't seem to fall in with the idea of letting none of them go.
Look, Miss Singletary, you got 12 kids, ain't you?
Well, I did have the last time I counted them. But land o' living, riding herd on them young'uns is a 24-hour-a-day job.
Exactly, madam. That is why the absence of one would pass unnoticed, I am confident. We will see that he or she or it returns to you on Christmas Day, laden with sufficient toys and goodies to lavish the season's cheer upon your entire flock.
If that ain't just like a man. Why, if a single one was missing tomorrow night when they hang up their stockings, the other 11 would take on and beller till you could probably hear 'em all the way to Yellowhammer.
But surely, madam, one...
If you took one, you might as well take all. And you needn't worry none about that. Why, what kind of a mother would I be, loaning out my own flesh and blood on Christmas Eve? I'd be a female Judas. That's what I'd be.
Jed, the further we go, the worse it gets. We've been out most 2 days now. Tomorrow's Christmas. We ain't been able to rustle so much as one young'un.
Situation is indeed becoming critical.
It's beginning to creep on my faculties that borrowing kids at Christmas is something like trying to steal butter from a man that's got hot pancakes a-coming.
Trinidad, what is yon abode?
Oh, that's where Juan Fernandez lives. He's a section hand on the railroad.
Perchance that our Fernandez progeny?
Oh, whole shack full, Judge, but I misdoubt we can borrow any. Them Mexicanos set a heap of store by Christmas.
We can but try. Angels can do no more. On, Trinidad. On to the Fernandez menage.
Buenas tardes, Juan.
Oh, buenas tardes, senor.
Juan, we were just wondering if you'd let us borrow one or maybe two of them muchachos of yours.
You mean to take los niños?
Well, just for tonight. We'll bring them back tomorrow, safe and sound.
And nobly enriched in material possessions.
No, senores. Madre de Dios. Conchita, she will kill me if todos los niños are not here for Navidad.
All right, Juan. We'll just leave it go at that. Do you know anybody around here that's got from one kid on up for hire or borrow?
This senora, she's come last week where the railroad mans they eat. She have one muchacho.
Oh, that's the railroad cafe at the Granite Junction, Judge.
Oh?
Muchas gracias, Juan. Felices Navidad y Año Nuevo. Giddy up, Div. Giddy up, Nelly.
On, Trinidad, on. And may success crown this despairing effort.
That's why we'd be mighty proud if you'd let him take it.
And you may place the utmost trust in our integrity, madam.
I'd count it a mercy if you would take Bobby for a while. I'm on the go from early morning until late at night, and I don't have time to tend to him. He's learning bad habits from the men, too. It'll be the only chance you'll have to get me Christmas. Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
What do you want?
Come on in, Bobby. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
All right. Tell them to keep their shirts on.
That's a good boy, son. Not going to snow off your boots. Here are the gentlemen that want to talk to you.
What do they want?
Well, it's like this, Bobby. Over in Yellowhammer, we got our Christmas tree that's all lit up like a country church. And we're hereby inviting you to join up with us and make merry and festive.
And moreover, my young friend, Santa Claus himself will personally distribute the offerings, which will typify the gifts conveyed by the shepherds of Bethlehem to
come off. I ain't no kid. There ain't no Santa Claus. It's your folks that buys toys and sneaks them in when you're asleep. They make marks in the soot with tongs to look like Santa's sleigh tracks.
Well, that might be so. I ain't no authority on the subject. But Christmas trees ain't no fairy tale. This one we got looks like the 10-cent store in Albuquerque, all strung up in a redwood. There's tops and drums and Noah's arks and horses.
Rats. I cut them out long ago. I'd like to have a rifle. Not a target one, but a real one to shoot wildcats with. But I guess you won't have any of them in your road tree.
Well, I can't say for sure. It might be. You go along with us and see.
All right. I'll go with you. But if there ain't a real rifle on that tree, you can bring me right back here.
Well, Cherokee, there's the tree all trimmed up and just waiting for Santa Claus and his reindeers.
Well, say, it's right pretty, Miss Walker. And I'm mighty pleased to you and Miss Spangler for helping us get it all shored up and ready to delight the young'un.
Oh, Mr. Cherokee, I think what you're planning to do tonight is one of the sweetest things I've ever heard of in all my life. You have a heart of purest gold.
Aw, Miss Spangler, it ain't nothing. Well, when them kids is rounded up, light the candles on the tree, and set 'em to playing Pussy Wants a Corner and King William. And when they get going good at it, why, old Santa'll just slide in the door. Hey, I reckon there's plenty of gifts to go round, huh?
I'm sure there is, Cherokee.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, I'd better be a-getting. I'll put on my costume, and when I hear the kids are squealing and taking on over the Christmas tree, I'll just mosey back.
Oh, you caution.
It's the most beautiful tree I've ever seen.
It is pretty, ain't it? Tex.
Yes?
While you're up on that ladder, that star ain't quite straight. Tip it a mite more towards the window, will you?
Sure thing you know, Miss Walker. Now there, how's that?
That's just fine, Tex.
They're driving up in front now, Miss Walker.
And the children, bless their baby hearts. Are the children with them?
Snowing so thick, it's hard to tell.
They got one maverick in tow. I can see him. Might on the ruddy side, I'd say.
Well, open the door, Tex, and let 'em in. Now, everybody get ready and wish Merry Christmas when they all come streaming in, huh?
Shucks. I've seen fancier Christmas trees than that one lots of times.
Kennedy. Judge. Where are all the other children?
Well, ma'am, the prospecting for kids at Christmas time is like hunting in limestone for silver. This here young biped ma'am is all that washes out of our 2 days' maneuvering.
Oh, the sweet little boy.
Ah, shut up. Who's the kid? You ain't, you bet.
Fresh little imp.
May I say that we exerted ourselves to the utmost, but results were nil, or practically so.
Me and the judge, we done the best we could. It's tough on Cherokee, but it can't be helped.
Everybody get ready. Here comes Santa Claus now.
There he comes. Whoa, Dancer. Oh, Prancer. Oh, delicious.
Santa's telling his reindeer to stop.
Don't give me that. Reindeers live in Alaska. I'll bet 2 pence against a plug of chewing tobacco. All those are is a team of mules or horses.
Prepare for the entrance of Chris Kringle. Swing wide the portal text, that the jolly saint's entrance may be unimpeded. Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas, little boy. Anything you see on that tree that you want, we'll get it down for you. Won't you shake hands with Santa Claus?
There ain't no Santa Claus. You just got on old billy goat whiskers on your face. I ain't no kid. What I want with 1,010 horses? The driver said you'd have a rifle. You ain't. I want to go home.
I'm sorry, Cherokee. There never was a kid at Yellowhammer. Me and the judge, we tried to rustle a bunch of them for your soiree, but this sardine was all we could catch. And he's an atheist and don't believe in Santa Claus.
I don't know what I was thinking about, but it never occurred to me in my cogitations that there wasn't no kids in Yellowhammer.
Nary one, Cherokee. This jacksnipe here we had to import.
Well, he'll be better than none at all. Come here, little boy.
What do you want?
Oh, I just wanted to propound a civil question or two. Where do you live?
Granite Junction. My ma runs a railroad eating house. I can roll a cigarette one-handed just as good as a man can. Sometimes they give me chewing tobacco and cigarettes that's already rolled.
I see. And you don't take no stock in this here Santa Claus rigmarole, huh?
Nah, that's just for babies.
Well, that being the case, I can't see no good and valid reason not to take off these here false whiskers and wings.
Sure, take 'em off. You ain't fooling me a bit. Say, I know your mug all right.
Did you ever see me before?
I never seen you before, but I seen your picture lots of times.
Where?
On a bureau at home.
Hey, let's have your name, if you please, bub.
It's Robert Lumsden. The picture belongs to my ma. She puts it under her pillow at night. Once I saw her kiss it. I wouldn't. Well, women are funny that way.
Trinidad.
Yeah, Cherokee?
Keep this boy by you until I come back.
You betcha I will, Cherokee.
I'm going to peel off these here Christmas duds and hitch up my sleigh. I'm going to take this kid home.
Got a match?
Yep. Whole pocketful.
How about slip me one?
What for?
What for? To light this cigarette.
Throw that cigarette away.
Yes, sir.
Throw the whole package, too.
Yes, sir. Say, I like you. I don't know why. Nobody ever made me do nothing I didn't want to do before.
Tell me, kid. Are you sure your ma kissed that picture that looks like me?
Dead sure. I seen her do it.
Didn't you remark some time a spell back that you wanted a rifle?
You bet I did. Will you get me one?
Tomorrow. Silver mounted.
Gee!
9:30. We'll hit the junction plumb on time with Christmas Day. Are you cold?
Huh?
Sit closer, son.
You have heard Christmas by Injunction, one of O. Henry's greatest short stories, especially adapted for Author's Playhouse by Jack Mitchell. The cast of tonight's presentation included Cliff Sapir as Cherokee, Curly Bradley as Trinidad, Sidney Elstrom as the Judge, and Jerry Spellman as Bobby. In the supporting cast were Fern Persons, Harriet Allen, Eva Parnell, Hilda Graham, Dan Bowers, Clarence Hartzell, Percy Hemus, Carl Cronkey, and Michael Romano. The original musical score was written and conducted by Roy Shield. 1 week from tonight, Author's Playhouse will return to the air with a romantic comedy of love and football, Unlike Leonardo, by Howard Rigsby. Author's Playhouse originates in our Chicago studios as a Red Network presentation of the National Broadcasting Company.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries, starring Ann Seymour and Myron McCormick. Brought to you by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Good evening, friends. Welcome. Welcome to the Inner Sanctum. This is Raymond, your host, teller of strange tales. Come in, if you dare. Now, before we begin, a word to those of you who don't frighten easily. It'll be no disgrace if before we're finished you find yourself trembling against your will. Inner Sanctum Mysteries takes great pleasure in presenting two of America's best-known and best-loved radio artists, Miss Ann Seymour and Mr. Myron McCormick. Tonight, these two favorites of the air lanes co-star in The Man from Yesterday, an original radio mystery drama by Milton Geiger, brought to you by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the laxative with the two-way action.
For over 60 years, everybody has known that the name Carter's Little Liver Pills means gentle and efficient help whenever a laxative is needed. Yes, and they know, too, that Carter's Little Liver Pills bring added relief by waking up the flow of a very important digestive juice. So take advantage of this two-way action and ask for Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Do you like to have your hair stand on end? You like to feel your blood run cold? Of course you do. Come along with me, then, to the jungle. Still and hot, weirdly yellow in the strange light of the tropic moon. In a clearing, the African natives of Dr. Robert Rand's museum party sway to the slow throb of their drums. A few hundred yards off in the thick bush, a monstrous humpbacked shape drops silently from the trees, moves swiftly across the shadowed jungle floor. Suddenly the earth gives way under the dark, crouching monster's feet. He struggles wildly a moment and falls, disappearing into the earth.
Run. Quick, come quick. Ngagi, come quick. Eh? What's up, Sangala?
Is something wrong, Sangala?
Wana, you come fast. Bring big gun.
Oh, what is it?
Ngagi.
Gorilla? Where?
Old man gorilla. He fall in trap.
Oh, you shouldn't go, Bob. You're fever.
Where is he? Where is the gorilla? Sangala, show you. Bring big gun. You follow me.
Can you see him down there, Bob?
And I see it. What a fellow. What a prize he'd be for Professor Converse at the museum. A full-grown gorilla. Ruth, we've got to get this fellow home, alive.
Oh, Bob, it's dangerous. You're ill. Must you?
Converse would never forgive me if I didn't.
Bob.
What is it?
The gorilla hasn't made a sound for some time now.
That's right. Turn the flashlight on there, will you, Ruth? That's very strange.
Is he hurt?
No. But look at him. See how he stares up at me.
Yes. And such steady, knowing, intelligent eyes. Almost human.
Yes. Gazing so steadily into my own. Unflinching. Unafraid. And puzzled. As though he's seen me before. As though he recognizes me. Is trying to remember me from somewhere. Sometime. All right. Easy, man. All the way.
Ah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Nerve-wracking, moving a great ape from where he obviously belongs to where he obviously doesn't. All right, hold it, man. Keep the cage from swinging as it comes down to deck level. All right. Lower away. Easy there now. All right. Good. That does it, man. Now cast away the lowering chains and begin closing the hatch. You're right up.
You tired, Bob?
A little. But it's a relief to have Ngaji safely stowed away down here.
Ngaji. It's a musical name, isn't it?
It means gorilla. Well, nothing to do but keep him safe in his cage, keep him from catching cold, and feed him wild carrots and parsley. If it were for anyone but Professor Converse, I'd chuck it all right now. Sorry I started it. I don't like him, Ngaji.
Oh, he's a gentleman and a scholar.
Don't talk playful nonsense about him, Ruth. He's a killer.
He is not. I happen to know.
What do you mean you happen to know? Have you been around his cage again lately?
I've been teaching him a few simple tricks, if that's what you mean.
What do you call a simple trick?
Well, for example, shaking hands with a lady.
Ruth, you haven't.
I have, and is my arm torn from its socket? It is not.
Ruth, don't you understand? You can't make friends with a gorilla. You can't compromise with the jungle. And Gadji is clever and he's dangerous. He'll watch with those beady little eyes of his. He'll wait with that tricky little brain of his. Until his time comes. Now, don't give him his chance, Ruth.
Oh, you're not well, Bob. Until you magnify the dangers and the menace of the jungle and all that bookish stuff. All out of proportion to... Well, what's the matter?
Look at him. He's been watching me all the time. See how he stares at me? Never batting an eye. Never moving a hair. Watching me. Matching my gaze, stare for stare.
Oh, come out of it, Bob.
It's been like this from the moment we captured him. Ruth, that abysmal brute knows something.
Darling, this stuff this ship's hold is getting you. Let's go and feed some quinine, huh?
Very well.
What'll I do with Ngaji back home?
That's Professor Converse's problem, and he's welcome. Up the ladder with you. All right, men. Batten it down.
Bye-bye, Ngaji. So long, old man. Be good. The other hand. That's it. That's it. Ah, good fellow. Now, the other hand. Take my left hand now. The left. That's it. Oh, careful now. Don't squeeze so hard. Hey, Butch, take it easy. No. Mustn't pull it. Stop pulling, do you hear? Ngaji. That's better. Now let go of the lady's hand. That's it. Now then, how about some exercise? Think you could walk around the hold here with a distinguished dame on your arm? Yeah, let's see how this chain and iron pin work on this door. They think you can't be trained, but I know you can. Oh, this is easy. Oh, have this iron pin out in just a minute. Just be patient, old fellow. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Well, better luck next time.
Look, you down there, Ruth.
Coming, Bob. We're just having a word with Ngaji.
Well, hurry. We've got little old New York on our horizon, and I'm quite glad. That's very kind of you, Professor Converse, putting Ruth and me up at the museum like this.
Not at all. A plenty room. Besides, I want to keep an eye on that fever of yours, because you won't.
Well, nevertheless, Professor, we won't impose on your hospitality a moment more than it takes us to get settled again here in America.
Here. Here's another door. After you, Rand.
Thank you.
This old wing's out of use, but it still has electricity. And what's more important, heat. Till the zoo can build proper quarters for Ngaji, we'd better keep him in here where the temperature is even.
I've been thinking, Professor. These oak doors wouldn't be any problem at all to Ngaji if he happened to get on the loose.
True. The door closing off this old wing from the new building is really made of iron.
I see.
So, unless your gorilla is of the armor-piercing variety, pretty safe. Here's next to the last door. This used to be our dinosaur room.
A huge room.
Well, here we are. Royal Suite itself.
Ruth, what are you doing in here?
I'm talking to Ngaji. Hello, Professor.
I shouldn't become too familiar with Ngaji, Mrs. Rand.
Oh, he's quite gentle. You know what he does now? He takes the rings off my fingers and then gives them back.
Takes the rings off your fingers. Ruth, come on, let's get out of here.
All right. You're rougher than a 500-pound ape. He's a real gentleman.
Look at him. Look how he presses his face between the bars. To get a closer look at me. And it's been like that. By George, I'll give him a good look at him.
Don't get too close, Rand. Now, careful.
Well, he doesn't know you well, Bob. Bob!
There, you ugly brute. Take a look. Take a good, long look. Well, what do you see? All right, he missed me.
Could have shattered your skull with that blow, Rand.
But it's only because he doesn't know you, Bob.
He does know me. He looked into my face, and he saw something. What did he see?
What do you think he saw? Well, I'm no fortune teller. I'm only Raymond, your host here in the inner sanctum. But I can tell you he must have seen something. But what was it? That's the big question. Yes, and when that logy, dull, sluggish feeling tells us that a laxative may be needed, the big question is, what laxative will do you the most good? Lots of folks have answered the question successfully by taking Carter's Little Liver Pills. Why? Because Carter's Little Liver Pills offer help in these two effective ways. One, they help relieve irregularity in an efficient, thorough, yet gentle manner. Two, usually within a half hour after taking them, Carter's Little Liver Pills wake up the flow of a very important digestive juice. It's this vital juice that helps tone up a lazy, sluggish digestive system so that folks can lose their grouch and feel better. You better keep that in mind, friends. And next time, remember Carter's Little Liver Pills. A laxative that helps in more ways than one. All right. Do you still want to know what the man from yesterday saw when he looked into Rand's face? You'll be sorry, but you asked for it. So let's go into Ngaji's cage with him now, as he listens to a strange, mysterious voice.
Ngaji, Lord of the Jungle, do you hear me? Do you hear, Ngaji? Do you hear the jungle speak?
Ngaji, I am Ngaji.
I am the jungle.
Jungle.
You looked into the man-creature's pale eyes. Do you remember now? Do you remember that other Ngaji 1,000 million moons ago, before the pale man-creature walked the earth?
Man, small, wait.
Do you remember, Ngaji?
Remember.
You fought with him in the jungle, fought for the beautiful she. He conquered. How you hated him. He was mighty, and he was different from the others. When the others swept through the trees, that other one ran, swift as the wind, on the ground. Remember.
Remember.
You fought, and you died. That other one who was different stood triumphant in the clearing, his neck half bitten through, victorious. He who would one day be a man.
Man.
Your conqueror then. Your captor now.
Hate, man.
Where is your strength, O Ngaji, that this same other one conquers you again, as he did 1,000 million moons ago?
I am strong. I am Ngaji.
Yet the weak one wins. Here.
Yes.
Here.
Come in, Rand. Come in.
Good evening, Professor. You know it was me.
What? Where?
That's exactly why I'm here, Professor. It's getting to be a habit around here. There's a knocking. It must be that feverish fool, Rand.
Come now. We want you here.
There's such a thing as wearing out your welcome.
You paid 1,000 times by bringing us back that magnificent girl.
I don't consider that adequate compensation. Professor, I might as well tell you. I'm sorry I ever blundered over the brute.
He's escaping here again. Go to bed and take some...
No. I'm afraid of him, Gadget. Not in the physical sense. I could cope with his power, his force. But he's changed. I can't cope with what he's become. It infuriates and humiliates me that gorilla has something on me. Has me at some disadvantage that I don't understand. It's gotten under my skin. You remember when he struck at me 3 weeks ago?
Do I remember? Of course I do.
He changed after that. When he looks at me now, he isn't puzzled. He isn't searching his memory for some clue to me anymore. He knows. He knows who I am and what I mean to him. Whatever it is, he hates me. Hates me with a dreadful, consuming energy.
I don't question that, Rand. It's plain enough.
Have you hear? He never had those tempers. Now something is tormenting him into a frenzy of hatred and defiance. Something in that secret brain of his.
You'd better calm him down before he dashes out that secret brain of his. Come on, Rand. We'll talk later. Who did you say was afraid of whom?
He's quiet, yes. But look at those eyes. Where have you seen such hatred?
Or such tremendous living power?
Yes. You've got to admire it at first. You almost think for a moment that he represents the super race. That big, black-haired, purebred gorillas are the dominating people. And on the basis of sheer power with a certain amount of intelligence and ruthlessness, you think he ought to rule. Then you stop to think. You remember. Yes, he's pure black gorilla and powerful. But after all, he's just a gorilla.
Oh, I thought I heard Injunction fighting in here.
Well, you did. Your precious beast was having a tantrum. He'd catch cold running about barefooted like that, and that wouldn't do. Because Injunction might catch it from you, and that would be the end of Injunction. On second thought, perhaps you'd better run around barefooted.
But, Bob, he's worth a fortune.
Well, so are you. Now run along back to bed. Professor Converse and I have a chess game to play. Hey, Professor?
Injunction. Hi, old fella. How about your banana? Here. No, I haven't got any more. What? Oh, my hand. Which one? This? Oh, the left. Sure, pal. Take it easy, though. It breaks. That's a good boy. Oh, no. No, Injunction. Give me back the rings. Come on. Hand over the jewels. I'll pick them up, Injunction. Injunction. All right. I got them myself. But you won't hear the end of it. I'll show you. You've eaten your last banana for a month, and don't you forget it. Injunction! What's the matter? Why don't you know me? Injunction, stay back! Stay back!
Your move, Professor.
Hey, Scarf, the fruit. There's a light in the wing. Look.
He's loose. The fruit's loose.
Wait a minute, Rand. Here. Take my revolver. I'll come along.
Never mind. Stay here. Call for help. I can't hold him with just a revolver. Hurry!
Bob, help me, Bob.
walk, darling.
No, I ran to the door, but I hit my foot. I can't stand, Bob.
Put your arm around that shoulder. Hurry. He's breaking through.
I let him escape.
That's it, darling. Now hold tight.
But you're yourself. You can't carry me too, Bob.
Hobble on one foot now. Up. Come on now. All right, darling, quick. The next room. Quick, in here. Now, the next room. We've got to hold him up, blow him up. Come on, Louis. Hurry, darling.
I can't. I'm holding you back. Oh, leave me. Leave me with a gun. I can shoot. Please. Please. No.
In here. I'll find him. I got him. Quick now, before he recovers.
Bob, you can't go on with me.
Just one more door. The last door. All right. That's nice, iron. Keep moving. Try to help him, can you?
I'm trying.
A little further. Just a little further. Here.
Oh, Bob. What's the matter?
It's locked. From outside, it's automatic.
Bob, but the professor.
I don't know. He's gone for help.
Oh.
Steady, go. Steady.
Oh, the lights. Get at the fuse box. You shut out the lights.
Listen.
He's dead. I got the shot in the face. He's dead.
Quiet. Oh, he's alive. He's stalking us in the dark.
How many bullets?
3.
Bob, one more from Guardian. It don't kill him.
Quiet. This way. Keep moving.
Now, Bob. He's against the window. Bob, the moon. The moon's coming out. Find it.
We'll see him, too. And I've got 2 shots left. Perhaps.
The moon. He sees it.
Friend, where are you? Friend! Torch your light over here, Professor. Friend.
Oh, thank heaven. You all right? Did you? Oh, my George. You did.
Point blank range. My last 2 shots. Yes.
In truth?
She's a broken ankle. She fainted. She'll be all right, though. Oh. Well, Professor?
That's the end of putting that, eh?
Is it, Professor?
You're certainly dead.
Again.
Again?
Have you ever had the feeling that something that has just happened has happened before, somewhere, a long time ago?
A very familiar psychological phenomenon. What about it?
I feel that all this has happened before.
When?
And that it will happen again. I only wonder when. And where. And who will be the victor. Then.
Let me look at you. Oh, yes. You're hurt. There are the marks of teeth on your neck.
An unusual birthmark. It's occurred in my family for generations. Shows up when we become excited. Is it strange, Professor?
All right, friends. You can come out from under your table. Everything's all right now. Ingaji is dead, and we're safe for another 10,000 years.
Good.
Oh, Mr. Hurley, Ingaji was only imaginary, so don't let him worry you.
No, you're right, Raymond. Especially when real things can be so much more troublesome.
You mean things like an irritable, sour, out-of-sorts feeling that so often warns us a laxative is needed?
Yes, and that's why folks have been taking Carter's little liver pills for years. They know the name stands for dependable, gentle relief. Yes, and besides, folks know that usually within a half hour, Carter's Little Liver Pills will wake up the flow of a very essential digestive juice. This juice is all important for normal, proper digestion. So why don't you take advantage of this time-tested two-way action and ask for Carter's Little Liver Pills?
Well, friends, it's time to close that squeaking door to the inner sanctum until the same time next week. Invite all your friends to be here with you. It'll give you courage. There's safety in numbers. Well, next week, our ghost artist, pardon me, guest artist, comes with the highest credentials. He was on the horror roll at Spirit School. Fine student. And for anyone who'd like a snap course in exciting mystery reading, let me suggest this month's Inner Sanctum novel, The Murder of a Novelist, by Sally Wood. It's on sale at your favorite bookstore. Now, friends, here's an urgent, serious thought. Remember the Red Cross. It needs your help now more than ever. And also remember you are giving both for Christmas and for America. And your presents are United States defense bonds and stamps. Buy all you can afford today. Oh, good night. Pleasant dreams, huh?
Attention, armchair detectives. One way to solve a puzzling case is to keep your eyes and ears open. What valuable tip would you get from this conversation?
I ought to have been home 2 hours ago.
Got to get this order out, Tom. It's important.
But I've stayed 3 nights this week.
Well, so's everyone else. Come on, Tom. These days, grouching's out.
But you fellas don't feel as sunk and low down and out of sorts as I have lately.
I can't afford to. There's too much work to be done. So when you get the feeling slowed up and sluggish, why not do something about it?
Yeah? What do you suggest?
Try Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Right. Then when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel, but have no calomel in them. For they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of about 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. 25 cents at all drugstores.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, a new program of songs by Dinah Shore, with Paul LaValle and his orchestra, brought to you each Sunday at this time by Bristol Myers, in appreciation of your friendliness toward Minute Rub, Modern Chest Rub, and Sal Hepatica, famous laxative. And here she is, radio singing sensation, chosen as the outstanding new star of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dinah Shore.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, and good evening, everyone. May I add one more Christmas card to those you've already received? Here's a sincere wish from all of us to all of you. A Merry American Christmas, that's what we're wishing you. My, but it's just great we can celebrate underneath the sky of blue. A Merry American Christmas, how happy we should be as the church bells chime that it's Christmas time in the land of liberty. In every lighted window you'll see a Christmas tree, and hearts of young and old alike are joined in revelry. A Merry American Christmas, the holidays begun. This is the time for peace on earth and goodwill to everyone. A Merry American Christmas, the holidays begun. This is the time for peace on earth and goodwill to
Right now, I think, should be the time to tell your audience what happens next Wednesday night.
Fine, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that Bristol Myers has given up its entire time next Wednesday evening from 9 to 10 to present a show on behalf of the American Red Cross? Mr. Cantor has invited some of the most famous people in the country to appear. There'll be Fibber, McGee, and Molly, and Ronald Coleman.
And Loretta Young, and Deanna Durbin.
And the Aldrich family, and a host of others.
So be sure to listen next Wednesday from 9 to 10. And for right this minute, will you listen to one of Dinah's latest record releases? It's called This Is No Laughing Matter.
I have a feeling that something is wrong. This is not the way things should be. We've known each other too well and too long. You don't have to act with me. This is no laughing matter. Somehow I want to cry. I know you're sweet and idle chatter really means goodbye. This is no laughing matter. I thought we'd never part. This is no time for pretty patter while you break my heart. What of all the moon dreams shared together beside a garden wall? Love can't always have that perfect weather. A little rain must fall. So think of the dreams you'll shatter. If you should say we're through, this is no laughing matter, darling. Darling, I'm so in love with you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, during the winter, which begins officially tomorrow, about 50 million Americans are going to suffer from the common cold. And because cold symptoms can make you feel wretched, spoil your fun, and interfere with your work, it's a mighty sensible idea to be ready to get after them immediately with Minute Rub. M-I-N-I-T-R-U-B. For you can depend on Minute Rub to help bring fast relief from cold wretchedness in not just one, but in three important ways. First,
Minute Rub's analgesic, or pain-relieving action, relieves the discomfort and tightness caused by local congestion.
Second,
rubbing on Minute Rub stimulates the circulation, helps relieve muscular pain, and brings a gratifying sensation of heat to the affected area.
And third,
Minute Rub's active menthol vapors aid in relieving that stuffed-up feeling in your nasal passages.
And remember, this famous modern rub is greaseless, and it's stainless, too. There's no need to worry about harming your clothes or linens. So stop at your drugstore for an economical tube of Minute Rub. You'll appreciate its feeling of brisk, heating warmth. For that means you've started to enjoy the famous three-way relief of Minute Rub.
You know, Harry, I was thinking the other day that songs are like people in a lot of ways.
Dinah, would you give me riddles at a time like this? Me, what hasn't even done his Christmas shopping yet?
No riddles, Harry, but I just meant that as time goes by, you get to like certain songs better, just as you grow fonder of certain people.
Mm-hmm.
See?
I'll wager, ma'am, that you're a-fixin' to swing into something mellow, like, say, St. Louis Blues.
Well...
Or Stardust.
You tempt me.
Oh, Mississippi Mud.
Now you're talking my language, Mr. Von Gell. That's one of the oldies I like best.
Well, convince me.
We'll do my best, Harry. We'll do my best. When the sun goes down, tide goes out, all the doctors gather around, begin to shout. Hey, hey, Uncle Dud, it's the treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. It's the treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. What a dance do they do? Lordy, how I'm telling you, they don't need no band. They keep time by clapping their hands. just as happy as a cat, chewing on his cud when the darkest beat the feet on the Mississippi line. Lordy, 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 how they play it. Goodness me, oh me, they really sway it. Uncle Joe, Uncle Dot, joy, oh joy, oh joy, the music thrills me. Boy, oh boy, it nearly kills me. What a show when they go. Sun goes down, tide goes out, dark is gather round, and they all begin to shout. Hey, hey, Uncle Dot, it's the treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. It's the treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. What a dance do they do? Lordy, how I'm telling you, they don't need no band. They keep time by clapping their hands, just as happy as a cow when it's chewing on its cud. When the darkies beat their feet on the Mississippi mud. Paul, what are you going to play for us this week? Something with a Christmas flavor?
Well, I don't know. Mary Had a Little Lamb? It sounds kind of like Christmas, but I can't figure out just how.
Well, Paul, suppose you play it and we try to figure out how. Paul Laval and the Little Woodwinds with the Christmas spirit play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Well, you know, Paul, I never knew Mary had a little lamb like that one. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that Dinah's next number will be Can't Help Lovin' That Man of Mine.
All right, Harry. But first, I'd like to do some announcing myself. Ladies and gentlemen, before you hear that number, you will hear some excellent advice on Monday blues. I give you Harry Von Zell.
Well, thank you, Dinah. Well, folks, you know how sometimes we feel if we can just live through Monday, the rest of the week will take care of itself. Because Monday, Blue Monday, is often a very difficult day. There's usually extra work to be done, and the weekend is apt to have left you feeling headachy and sluggish due to the need of a laxative. Yet you may put off taking one because you're busy, and consequently you go on feeling miserable. Now, that's not necessary. Just take Speedy Sal Hepatica, for Sal Hepatica brings gentle relief, usually within an hour. And Sal Hepatica also helps sweeten an upset stomach by helping to reduce excess gastric acidity. So get an economical bottle of Sal Hepatica before your druggist closes tonight. And then, whenever you need a laxative, morning, noon, or night, see how much faster you feel better when you take gentle, speedy Sal Hepatica.
You know, Harry, whenever I see a picture of our fleet in action or the midshipmen on parade, it gives me a wonderful thrill. It makes me sort of proud I'm an American.
Oh, yeah. Dinah, I take it that this week your song is for the Navy.
Yes, Harry, but particularly for the plebes in Bancroft Hall at the United States Naval Academy.
Yes, sir. Dinah Shore, for the future admirals at Annapolis, sings the song they have requested. Can't Help Lovin' That Man of Mine.
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I've gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine. Tell me he's lazy, tell me he's slow. Tell me I'm crazy, maybe I know. Can't help loving that man of mine. When he goes away, that's a rainy day. But when he comes back, that day is fine. The sun will shine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that man of mine. Can't help loving that man of mine.
Well, it's time to go, Dinah.
Folks, I sure hate to go, because I certainly love to sing for you. And if you like to listen, come to see us again next Sunday.
And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a cold,
remember Minute Rub.
If you need a laxative,
remember Sal Hepatica.
And if you have 15 minutes at this same time next Sunday,
remember Dinah Shore, won't you? And remember to buy and give Uncle Sam's defense bonds and stamps for Christmas, to make sure that we'll always have a Merry Christmas. Good night.
This is the Blue Network of the National Broadcasting Company.